Word on the street is, some of you have got an issue with the military-industrial complex and our involvement in this entertainment industry. You want to know what I've been saying? I've been saying, you're soft. With your flippity floppity noodly little baby arms and your soft squishy little bodies. It's time you learned how to get hard. You want to know what's hard? Me. I'm hard. So hard right now. Ain't nothing harder than me. Hard as a rock. Hard as a goddamn brick wall. Ain't nothing harder. What is it the kids are saying these days? I'm bricked up. Bricked right on up. All right, let me confirm. I am not bricked up, but I am hard. Hard as a rock. You want to know what else is hard besides myself? Rockets, guns, grenades, blood, guts, glory, and definitely some explosions. Tanks, jets, boats, helicopters, submarines, anything that is moving at extreme speeds as fast as humanly possible with a flag painted on the side of it headed to blow up folks that don't look like me. And what better place to experience this excellence than in the comfort of your own home, or even better, in a dark room surrounded by strangers sitting in front of a big old screen. Criticless. Get bricked up. Go review something, but be hard while you do it. Stop using Criticless. This is Sergeant Dick, and I approve this message.
Warning. The following show features reviews from wildly unprofessional critics operating without the supervision of professionals. The thoughts and opinions held by these individuals are not to be taken seriously and do not come from a place of intellectual integrity. This show doesn't reflect the opinions of Criticless or its users. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up? What is up, everybody? Hello, and welcome to Criticless Cast Unhinged. We are back. We are ready to do this thing. We are starting late because technical difficulties. If anyone knows anything about this show and us, then you know that we love our technical difficulties, which really should be concerning for someone that runs an app company. But nonetheless, I am back. I am your host. As usual, my name is Criticless Blaine. For any of our new viewers, this channel has been booming. I am the latest and greatest provocateur among the internet folks, the social pariah, if you will. I seem to have gathered all of the ire of the film nerds. They are aiming all of their hatred towards me, and I am just absorbing it, and I'm fueled by it. I'm becoming stronger day by day due to this. So I'm excited. I am ready to talk about actually a surprisingly controversial film from back in the wee old days when we were young. Back in 1999, there was a film called Idle Hands that came out, and it was quite provocative due to its release date and subject matter. We will definitely dig into that when we get into this movie, but I am excited to talk about it. I had a lot of fun watching it today. Have not seen it since I was a wee lad, but I do have some bad news for everyone, which is that Chris is not here once again. Why, might you ask? Well, he got a call from his mail order bride. She is quite demanding, and for some reason, she just cannot get enough of him, you know, and which, as we've said, we're pretty sure that this mail order bride is actually AI. There's a lot of speculations. It probably has something to do with him having a septum piercing. I don't know. He's a strange guy. No one knows the whims of Chris. He might be a Fed. He might be on some magical journey for the government. No one knows, but we just accept and love him nonetheless. But I do have none other than Mr. Matthew Verlack in the house.
What's up, everybody?
I think Matt is he's channeling his inner idle hands, you know, where he's
yeah,
yeah, bro.
Actually, I am.
It's just like, it's so gnarly, dude. I'm just channeling my inner stoner, bro.
Yeah, for real, man. I'm just blasting like old metal music all day.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Super righteous. So today we are going to be talking about Idle Hands, and I'm really soups ready to talk about this movie.
Toads, dude. Toads.
But I honestly, it is going to be fun. I'm curious to see how everything is playing out with this channel as we grow. We've got new people finding us, and things are changing a lot. And just it's going to be interesting pulling in new audience and that sort of thing. Because if you aren't aware, I did release a rather controversial video throwing extreme slander onto one battle after another, and we will definitely talk about that today as well. I did do a slightly grifty title, but I figured, it does connect because Idle Hands does actually connect to politics and some issues with our federal government. So with that being the case, the grift was worth it as far as the title goes. So I'm really ready to dig into all things culture today. And if you are new to the channel, thanks for subbing, thanks for checking it out, thanks for checking out this show. Hello to all the lurkers, everybody in the chat. I see a lot of the usuals in here. We got Miss Criticless, obviously my wife. Hello, dear. But we've got Chris Kaus, who is with his mail order bride, spelled M-A-L-E. And then also we have JJ Happenstance. We got who else we got in here? We got
MCU's in here.
That's right. We got Darth Bane
Darth
with
Bane.
the most important comment that has happened all thus far, which is that Blaine did nothing wrong, and I completely agree. Whether it be Jaws or whether it be one battle after another, I still nothing wrong.
Well, that's my favorite. So I know like you did the video on YouTube, but like, my favorite thing on Criticless is dropping reviews I know are going to get bombed because people disagree. And this is what you do with Jaws.
Right.
And it's just so much fun because I know I'll be like, all right, let's see how many. I take pride in downvotes personally.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I'm giving my true opinion. Let's see how many downvotes. Like Meg 2 is a masterpiece. And I know everybody agrees with me that Meg 2 is like a 95% because
I'm pretty sure
it's
that
amazing.
I also gave you a downvote for your review of that movie.
I got a lot. I think I was one of my most downvoted movies.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
And if you're in Criticless, definitely search downvote, and there is a downvote related group where they do get fueled by the hatred and also discuss why they're confused about why or why not some takes might be more spicy than they expected. So that downvote group is a fun group to be in. But yeah, and if you are new to everything and you're new to this channel, then you do need to know that we are associated with Criticless.com. That is my company. I am the CEO, creator, all of that fun stuff. And it's our platform. It's a entertainment reviewing platform. We are on Android and Apple, and then it's on web as well, and you can go there, review movies and television. It's television shows. It's kind of like if Rotten Tomatoes wasn't steaming hot ass and then you added like a social MySpace retro kind of environment to it. It's a real blast. So if you are new to Criticless, then make sure to go ahead, download the app, find us on web, all that. It's an awesome community. We've got groups. You can make lists. You can do all that stuff along with reviewing things, and there's a lot more to come in the future because we want to be the entertainment hub.
Yeah. I mean, it's great too.
Yeah, it's a great place. And like I said, great community, and it's constantly growing. And if you want to, there are a lot of different influencers and content creators that are much bigger than this channel that are on there leaving reviews and love the place. And so you can keep up with the things that they have also been watching and all of that. But if there's anybody else in the chat that I did not say what up to, then hello.
Well, I mean, you did miss one big thing.
Yeah.
And Jake
Oh,
Stanley's up in the hizzy
What's
with
that?
a $10.
Yeah, well, this was deserved. I think I at least need that $10. Now the question is, I'm still trying to figure out actually where your package is currently because I've yet to see it. So we will see when that happens. And if you didn't know, we do have Criticless merch as well. We got really cool stuff, super comfy shirts. We got hats, stickers, all the stuff, a lot of cool things. And we work with a lot of independent artists. The guy that made this shirt is a guy that's done art for Liquid Death. And he's done several other shirts and art for us. And then we've got another guy, Dave Danzara, who's done a bunch of stuff for us, who's a very anti-establishment, just really, really all around super cool dude. So Yeah, check out all of our merch in the merch store. And I think what we need to do is we really just need to do business as usual. Now, like I said, if you are new to the show, we really like to keep you guys abreast of culture. And sometimes that means the most trashy elements of culture. Sometimes it means, just different things that are happening around the internet. But either way, we just like for you to stay in the know. And that is Culture for Boomers. That's where we are headed. And the reason that it is called that is because I got called a TikTok kid for so long on Criticless that I decided to lean into it. And we have decided to educate the boom booms, because everybody knows that they have no idea what's going on. And so we need to make you feel in the know. And obviously we have, plenty of our boomers in here that like to grump at me about being a never-ending child. I think that they call that like Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah, you're old Peter Pan, man.
Right?
Yeah, you're gonna go steal children and stuff.
I don't know about that is not what I plan to do. Nope, not doing that. But we're here. We're still here, showing what is happening on the TikToks, and even though it is likely to be completely demolished very soon, as far as the algorithms go, due to our current political climate and the app being sold to
the American buyout.
Questionable individuals, I guess, is the best way that I would put that. I know that might be controversial, but being that one of the big reasons for selling buying this platform was to manipulate the algorithm, I find that a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, a little sus.
Yeah,
sus.
Super sus. So the first video I want to show here actually just, it captures the spirit of really the film that we're watching. And then it also, what it does is it just really does make us feel better about being older, you know?
Okay.
Dude, what is about being in your 30s at like a weekend of nothing is fucking ripping, dude. Dude, I have zero plans this weekend, and that is very rare. Dude, I'm living a life of leisure this weekend, just like my Hobbit homies in the Shire, dude. Plans consist of deleting this cup of Stoke right here and enjoying Mama Nature from my back porch, dude. Kill the motor, dude. You guys earned it. Dude, what is about being in your 30s at like a weekend of nothing?
It's about, just that weekend where you're like, there's nothing going on, man.
Yeah.
You're just chilling. You're just embracing, just relaxing. And when you're older, especially when you have kids, it's just your shit just stays wall to wall, right? Like you stay so busy. And so, now that we're old people, we're just like, hey, I want to just chill out, bro. I just want to relax and have a good time.
Yeah, man. That's why like Saturday rolls around, and if I can, I'm just like, yeah.
Exactly. And this guy, he's just a vibe. Actually, I really, I do dig his channel. He's a trip, and this is kind of his. He goes by Josh.
Josh.
And he's all about the vibes, man, and bringing back that slang that we've all been missing from the 2000s. And I feel his vibe. I'm feeling it deeply. Now, the question to chat, y'all let us know if there is an echo. One of the things, part of why we were late for the show is because we were having just a never-ending battle with our with our audio, and so I am trying to fix it, but there was possibly going to be a little bit of an echo. So hold on one moment. I think Matt, I've fixed our headphones. So we don't want you guys to get doubled up audio because that's terrible. So all right, there's two really big ones. This one I think is where, okay, actually, you know what? I saw this today. It hasn't fully blown up yet, but I was like, why did this go viral? And then I let the video play again, and I was like,
you saw it. There was something
I
there.
see what's
something there.
I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
And let's see if all of you that were part of the 2000s, particularly the early 2000s, picks up what this girl's putting down or pulling up.
I think we all know that if there's one thing that male sports fans want to see in their spaces and on their screens, it's more of me. I think we all know that if there's one thing that male
You
sports...
don't see it, Matt.
Is it that she's wearing like a chain around her belly?
Brother, she is rocking the whale tail. My girl.
Oh,
has-
is that her underwear showing, or just got
that,
thong
brother,
showing?
brother, that is the iconic low-rise jeans.
Yeah,
with-
of our youth.
Yeah, of the youth with the whale tail. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah.
this is a shout out. They are bringing it back, because if anybody wants to know anything about you ladies, they want to know if you have a piece of dental floss in your ass crack.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine. That'd be so uncomfortable. I think it'd be so uncomfortable
Right.
anyways. I mean,
don't-
maybe
yeah.
some of the guys in the chat have tried it.
Right.
They'll tell
I'm
us.
sure Chris is in the chat. Chris is in the chat. He'll know. He'll know. So yeah, apparently, they're bringing back the low-rise jeans with the whale tail, rocking the high-waisted thongs.
Mm.
So and my wife says it is in fact uncomfortable. So that's the question.
Yeah, it checks out. Checks
Is
out.
this style worth bringing back? Because I think a lot of the fellas, it's that signaling. It's just like, hey, I'm a dirty girl.
Right?
I
And
gotta-
it's just like if you're doing it on purpose, especially.
Right.
Because I mean, there's probably plenty of times where it's accidental. You don't
Right.
feel, you don't know, like.
Right.
But like doing it on purpose, and you're making a whole video about it.
Oh yeah.
like,
Oh yeah. And that's the thing is
Dirty
like
girl.
low-rise jeans in general have been out of style, and word on the street is that they have been coming back. But I mean, it's a whole other bit of magic to have the low-rise with the whale tail. So
yeah, that's a whole effort.
yeah, it is. And they say that trends are super cyclical. Like it's one of those things growing up. My mom always said, my mom was like a freaking pack rat with clothes and shoes and stuff. And she always said, she's like, I'm keeping it because it will be back in style. And even if it doesn't fit me, there will be somebody in our family who this will fit and will want it. So ladies, if you kept all those songs from back in the day, feel free to, maybe bust them out.
It might be back in style. I
Those
guess.
are
I don't know.
probably moth-ridden at this point.
Maybe that's part of the new style.
Right.
Because remember back in the day, it was like everything had to have holes in it, and hey, moths are great at making holes and stuff. So.
Right. Right.
There you
Exactly.
go. Problem solved.
I mean, let's be straight. There's really not a whole lot involved with a thong. There's not a lot of material there, anyways. Moths wouldn't have too much to feed on. But it did make me laugh because I was like, oh man, is that where we are in culture? Are we back? Like, is like the black choker coming back? Like, are they?
Our high school days
Right.
just reappear.
Right.
You got the scene emo raw groups
Right.
popping back up. You got the true goths with the all black that are like pasty pale.
Right.
All that stuff.
Right. Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
all coming back? I wouldn't be opposed to it. Granted, it is one of these weird things where it's like you see, it's not like most of these styles are going to transition to the younger people.
Mhm.
So like, to the older people, like our age.
Yeah.
Or older, obviously. But like, so then you just feel creepy if like some chicks, younger girls walking around with their whale tail and you're like,
You're like, yeah, that was something I saw in high school. I am now way too old.
Now
for
I
it, for
feel
the
like a
appropriate, just like
creepy
no,
old
thank
man.
you. No, thank you.
So yeah, guys, if you see it coming back, just be prepared. It might be back in style. So this next video here, we'll start with this. Now, there is a warning here that I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know. Now, this video has 70.9 million views. If you did not hear that right, I will say it again, 70.9 million views from these three ladies. I will say that there are more F-bombs in this one video than we have uttered on this show.
I've seen this video.
Yeah.
You're right. This has a profane amount of profanity.
Yes, it is. It's a lot. So you have been warned, but this is absolutely hilarious and apparently a new prank that is going viral on the interwebs.
So we finna do that egg challenge to see who can eat the egg the fastest, and we're not gonna do too much talking. The winner gets, if I win, I want them pink platform Uggs with the sweater on them. They about $250, $200. I want them. What you want?
And if I win, I'm getting a new bed set because this 200 is tearing that motherfucking frame down. I'm almost in the basement.
If I win, I want some money.
Did she just say that she wanted a new bed frame?
Yeah, because her 250 is tearing it down. Now I'm roughly like, I'm shy of 250, but I'm like 230-ish.
Right.
I'm like, what did you do to your bed that
Right.
you're tearing it down? I don't want to know.
I don't.
I'm also mildly
curious.
Curiously.
Yeah. I am very curious. So just buckle up.
Okay.
How much we talking?
500.
Oh, well, I'm definitely
all
winning.
right,
Oh, who's
all right.
doing the countdown? Me. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that bitch hot. Hold on. What the fuck going on in this motherfucker? No, that shit not motherfucking funny. Y'all back there motherfucking chewing. Got my motherfucking mouth feeling like a bomb shelter. It blew my tongue up. Y'all know damn well I live on the motherfucking west side. Always dipping and ducking and dodging and packing shit. And y'all gonna... Now that's y'all. Who the fuck cooked these eggs?
Not me. That's all I'ma say. I boiled them. I didn't know it was gonna.
How long did you boil the bitches? Overnight, my nigga? You just boiled my motherfucking lips. How about that?
You knocked my egg down.
Fuck your egg. I almost just got took out by mine. I'm talking about Bin Laden style, girl. Get your ugly ass up here and stop standing back there looking dumb. You gonna clean all this shit up today?
I had no idea.
Big as your motherfucking head is, you can't make me believe you ain't had no fucking ideas. Every time you blink, you got an idea. You ain't even got ideas. You got motherfucking movies coming from that shit. Features, premieres. You don't get a motherfucking broom. You finna use your motherfucking lashes in a minute and get this shit up.
You're
At least not my vlog.
No,
That's back in our last week.
That's ties back into last week for sure.
Yeah. I mean, she like channeled her inner. Oh shit, what's his name? Samuel Jackson.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When
yeah.
that happened, it's just like boom, motherfucker.
Motherfucking Iraq in my mouth. Just God Almighty.
God.
Bin Laden style. Just, I mean, straight up. Yeah. Dude, this is wild. So I did not realize that this was a thing.
Yeah, I've seen other ones where they'll be like, "Oh, it's my first time cooking churros," which is the weird thing. It wasn't eggs, and they would do that, and then it would explode.
Oh, interesting.
And I don't know if they're hiding M80s in there or what they're doing. Like, I don't know how they're making them explode like this.
I was trying to look and see. So I did save another video. It has been going viral elsewhere. Okay, here you go. So I did some research. Basically, what they do is they boil an egg.
Yeah.
And then after the egg is boiled, they then put it in the microwave and microwave it like covered or something weird for like a specific amount of time.
Yeah.
And I guess when it's microwaved, it builds up pressure inside of it after it's been boiled. And I don't know, it freaking just absolutely explodes, and people have been doing it.
So you just tried to kill me. You tried to fucking kill me.
Make Cobb salad?
Cut it. Yeah.
Whoa! Shit! Shit, the eggs are exploding. Get away from the eggs. Go, 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 go.
Literal grenade.
Yummy, thank you for boiling my eggs.
Yeah, he handled that.
What the hell is this?
See, this guy knows.
Yeah.
It's just slippery.
That's what she said.
See, and that one didn't explode in his face.
For hello, Alvin.
It's wild. Like it would be pretty funny to do this to somebody.
Yeah, I mean it would.
But I bet it would burn like shit. Like I mean,
Yeah, but none of them are saying it burns. Even that one chick, she was like,
the first lady did.
yeah, but for a second, but it was like gone, and then she was on back to talking and cursing. Like it didn't hurt her enough to actually stop her from talking.
Right.
And it was in her mouth.
That's true. Yeah, so it can't be too bad. So yeah, I would be. I'm glad I don't eat eggs like that, so no one's ever gonna pull this prank on me. It's not gonna happen.
We'll just sneak one in your bed or something.
Sneak in my. Oh, what is this hot egg doing in my bed?
Yeah, I usually see eggs in my bed.
Right.
This is great.
Imagine Matt sneaking into our house in the middle of the night with an egg.
Yes, excellent. This is my plan. It will go perfectly. I won't yoke it up, I promise.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so freaking wild. And so this next little bit here, this thing made me absolutely freaking just drop dead laughing. And it takes a moment to figure out what is going on. But I'll go ahead and set the stage. Basically, this young girl has gathered her friends to hang out and watch a new TV show, and she had a scene in this show.
Okay.
And so she's like, hey,
all my homies, come hang out. I'm going to be on this new TV show with Glenn Powell, and I'm going to be in it.
Yeah, I saw this one
You
earlier.
did?
Yeah.
Well, he replaced me with Hot Tua? They literally, this is my scene.
Devastated.
This is literally my scene.
Are you sure? Who the fuck are these guys?
She's sure? Of course she's sure.
My sister! It's his sister!
Did you come in later?
No, this is literally my scene. I was fine.
Alright,
We
guys,
filmed
I gotta
this.
make an announcement. Russ Holiday just officially.
No, we literally did this, Taylor, and I said like something about Chernobyl.
It's like Chernobyl.
Oh, dude, this poor girl though.
Yeah.
Like, this probably was like her like breaking into Hollywood because this is a Disney Plus show or
Right.
Hulu show or whatever. I saw it on Disney Plus, and Banjo said he's watching and stuff on the app. And yeah, could you imagine being so excited and not even being told your scene was cut and replaced by a person that's only famous for like a
dick-sucking
minute?
joke.
Yeah, and if anything, she got like arrested for like fraud and shit. Like,
Right. I don't even know what shook out with all that. I think she got let off.
I think she got let off too. She probably did some hawk to it.
Yeah, she hog toured her way out of that. She exactly. Yeah, the crypto scale.
Yeah, Thunderous got it.
Yep, exactly. Or scamming. Yeah. So, but dude, this girl's full blown crashes out.
I would crash out too.
They were not in the scene.
Back at Chernobyl. Russ Holiday is.
So bad.
Oh
it
my
sucks.
God!
Like, God. And these people, all her friends, just like.
Just turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Yeah, we're not watching this show ever again.
like the crazy. Okay, Ryan, shut
It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
This.
I do kind of want to watch the show though.
I do too.
All right. Ryan, stop filming!
Okay.
I just literally just realized that I fucking got replaced by Hot Tua!
Oh man. Oh, that would be me. I would be livid if I got replaced by Octua. Because look at this face. He
Right.
doesn't have this kind of beard.
Right.
This is irreplaceable.
Obviously, she couldn't.
Yeah.
She couldn't replace you, man. But just this right here, this
I
last.
fucking got replaced by Hot Tua!
Oh.
Like a freaking pterodactyl.
Yeah, because it's probably one of those things where they've made fun of her and stuff, being like this Hawktua girl, like, and then she crashed out and burnt
Right.
out, and she's
Right.
not even an actor or anything like that. Or maybe she's trying to be one now. I guess I don't know, but like, damn.
Mm-hmm. It's wild. Poor girl. It is. I hate that it happened to her. And honestly, whichever one of her friends that posted this is a dick.
Oh, dude. Maybe she cooled off and was like, let's post it.
Right.
Maybe. Because it does bring like attention.
Oh yeah.
To
well, and they tagged Glenn Powell and like Hulu and all the people, and it's taken off. It's made its way over to X. Like I'm seeing it other places.
So maybe this was a play, and maybe it could work in her favor. Maybe some other person will see it and go, oh, hey, we got a role for you. With that kind of scream, we got a horror movie that's perfect for you.
Right.
Because that'd be a good horror scream.
Yeah, that would be. Well, and as Chris said in the chat, yeah, there's going to be some metal edits of her screaming, oh,
oh, dude, yeah, with a heavy drop right there. That'd be fantastic.
It's going to be
That's good,
freaking
Chris.
sick. And we have a Fiverr by none other than Mr. Quagmire. What up, bruh? Also, so he says, Blaine, I'm no writer, but if I was, I would destroy you like J.K. Rowling did Emma over that awful heavy metal review. It's all I love. So, yeah, brother, 69 all day. That's all I got to say. So, if you don't know, heavy metal is a crazy, wild movie with a lot of boobies. And Quagmire loves the boobs.
Yeah.
And so
it does.
I wonder, he's on the road now. He's trucking. I wonder if he is if he's got like a sleeper and everything in his truck, like maybe he can bring like some movies. I'm sure that he has heavy metal in the truck.
I'm sure he does.
Along for the ride.
And if he loves it so.
Right. And if he doesn't, then if anybody should be ashamed, it's you, Quagmire. It better be in your truck is all I got to say. So
well,
Glenn Powell's I like that. I like that.
There we go. It's the only explanation we need why
That's
that girl
it.
got canned.
That's it. Glenn Powell's finger says so. So
Yeah.
There's that. Now I'm really curious as to who that is. But yeah, this is a wild scenario. I hate that it happened to her, but that's just that's life. That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, unfortunately in Hollywood, I feel like this probably happens a lot.
Oh,
Because I mean, our buddy Kyle was talking about how you get filmed for stuff and you're in multiple scenes because he did a movie. What was it? Cops Out?
Knives Out. Or no, not Knives
No, it
Out.
was Cop something.
Cop. Crap.
I think it was Cops Out or something. Whatever.
Yeah,
but he
Cop
did
Out.
multiple scenes, and they ended up like cutting all the scenes he was in. Like he was like in a single frame or something like that in the background.
Right.
But I feel like that has to happen all the time to act. I mean, they still get paid and still get, I think, credited for it, but it still
sometimes
sucks.
yeah, it depends. It all really depends on how much you had. Like that was probably like one step removed from an extra role. I'm guessing like it's a couple lines.
Yeah.
Unless it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an interesting thing. I'm curious to see. Like clearly, I mean, if it's speaking lines, she got paid for it, but like this was clearly like probably a breakout role scenario, and to get replaced by freaking Hawk Tuah, like that's brutal.
Yeah. That's just brutal.
But also like pretty funny that they got her to be on this show as well. Like I mean, that's pretty funny as well.
Yeah.
Quagmire, for a twofer, wants to know what our streaming schedule is. So right now, we are only live streaming Thursdays at 7 o'clock, typically. That tends to be
Eastern time.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. No, 7 o'clock Eastern on Thursday nights is when we typically start. That seems to be where we're hanging now. We did float around a little bit when we were doing new movies, but that seems to be not what we're doing anymore. So we're kind of pivoting over.
Yeah, sticking to the old stuff. And Quagmire is right. It is called Cop Out.
Yes, Cop Out.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah, and our buddy was he was in that as kind of a security.
Yeah,
guy,
he was.
right?
No, I think he was one of like the
like a
the
goon.
thugs, like
Yeah.
a goon.
Yeah. So yeah, he was in that, and yes, it did feature Nick from New Girl.
Yes,
Yeah. So,
and
yeah, and he's been on the show actually, and pops into the chat every once in a while. So yeah, he's talked about this stuff a lot, and this definitely does happen a good bit. And people just audition for roles and whatever, you get them, and then Hollywood will just screw you over. So got two more just so you guys can. It's clear that people around the interwebs are they're feeling the pain when it comes to the new slang because it's just so stupid.
And it's also so fast.
Right.
Like it comes like that guy doing the countdown. I don't know if that's the video you're gonna play, but like it just comes and goes so quickly.
Right.
It's like there for a week, 2 weeks, and then it's just gone again.
Right. And which this is about one that has been sticking around for a while that we have been keeping you guys informed on.
Okay.
Oh, lemonade.
Yeah.
Well, how much for a glass, kids?
6, 7.
Excuse me?
6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7.
What are you guys saying to me?
Yeah. What?
You're chapped, Unk.
Oh.
Oh God.
You chopped Dunk. That's how
I'm
it goes,
still
man.
not like sure why 6, 7 is surviving.
Dude, and it will
Because it's
go
such
away.
a random like dumb one.
Well, and we talked about this a while back, and I warned that it could happen. But now it's 41. Still a number.
Still dumb.
Still means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. But this is also, so this hit 12.9 million views, and we are, our age bracket, basically 25 and older, are feeling it.
Oh, guys, this is my little cousin Leo.
Oh.
guys.
Hi, Leo. Oh, have you?
So his options are: have you been rizzing any huzzes in Ohio, any gats in the back room, or how is school? What do you pick, Matt? What are you gonna say?
Bro, I don't even know. I wouldn't pick the first one.
No?
Because I think he's using in Ohio wrong.
Yeah, a little bit.
But maybe the second.
Yeah.
Any gats in the
gats?
back room?
Yeah.
I guess.
You been rizzing any huzzes in Ohio lately?
I don't know.
What?
I think what he meant to say was,
Oh, wait. Let's see where to go. All right. So what's your response? Is it type shit, skibbity, or how's school going?
Skibbity, obviously. Yeah.
It's type shit, Matt.
Damn.
type shit. Type shit.
Type shit is supposed to be used at the end of a sentence.
Yeah, Blaine.
Being such an unk right now, right? Being such an unk. So, Leo.
Tra-la-la, tra-la-la.
I think my grandma's calling me.
Okay, all right.
Did you just hear that?
I don't. Yeah, I know. Hey there, kiddos. What are you guys talking about? Your favorite avocado toast recipes?
What?
What was that?
Okay, Boomer.
Let's just watch something.
Yeah,
Just watch something.
get out of here.
Get out of here.
I'm gonna go die.
I'm just gonna go die.
Yeah. It's it's rough out there. on the streets. Communicating like a whatever the Gen Alpha is that what they are? Aren't they Alpha?
Yeah,
Which
yeah, I
is
think
like
so.
the most. That is the most
Yeah.
Chad moniker you could have.
Yeah, because that's what all of our kids are.
Right. Yeah.
And so they're all gonna be Chad Alphas, and I'm
Yeah.
like, man,
Yeah.
they definitely went for it. I'm like, you're gonna be Chads.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
right now they're not behaving like Chads. They're behaving like little nerds saying 6'7" constantly. They need to up their slang game pretty quick.
Well, somebody commented, I don't see it anymore. I must have scrolled up at 6'7" was because Mr. Beast wore a jersey that said 6'7" on it.
Well,
Or was it because he wore that because that's some slang?
he wore the jersey because of the slang.
Okay.
He didn't actually make it happen. He was in early on the slang and
Gotcha.
wore a thing. Actually, the first ones to kind of start doing it after it was in a song was some of the sports players started saying it in like interviews. Like they'd be like,
Oh.
"Oh, I'm 6'7", like as far as their height, and then it spiraled.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Beast would be down with the slang for the kids because that's his main target crowd.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he is deep into that world of the youths. So I think that is I think that's pretty much it. We've covered a lot. I don't want to overwhelm the boom booms with too much culture. There's a lot happening. I was honestly shocked at how much was going on this week with culture.
Let's not run the stinger. I saw some comments saying it's extraordinarily loud.
Oh, is it? The stingers are loud.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Like ear hurting loud.
Really?
Yes.
I bet I know why, and I wonder if I could help it. Well, actually, no, I don't. So, it must be out of balance with something. We'll have to check that audio.
Yeah, we'll have to
run some
play
tests.
with that.
So yeah, we won't run any of our bumpers or anything.
We'll just do the classic like.
Yeah, this is a new segment here. So yeah, I don't know because they used to not be overly loud. So it's clearly something that's happened over on SteamYard, but also SteamYard does this sort of thing to us.
Yeah, SteamYard be
SteamYard be steaming.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, because we even have the audio adjust on the mics and stuff and like all that, so it should regulate it with that. So I have absolutely no idea.
Well, we turned off the auto setting, so I wonder.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's our side of things. We can run some test streams and stuff and figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyways, yeah. Oh, and it sounds like okay. So the mics are low. Okay, well then that would make sense, and that is probably a SteamYard issue. So if our mics are low, maybe we actually probably need to turn up our master, which might mess things up on y'all's end. If they do, y'all just keep us posted on what audio's doing.
Yeah.
This is, like we've said many times, this is a different kind of setup than everybody else that kind of does this. So, well, not everybody, but a lot of the people. And so, yeah, it just tends to be a little more complicated to navigate a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably my fault. Absolutely. So, but I will say the studio's in Matt's fault. So, or at Matt's house. So
It's also my fault.
Yeah, it's also Matt's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyways, that is it for your culture for boomers, guys. Now, what I did want to do is move on into the culture stuff. There really is a lot happening, and I did mention at the start of the show that I did want to talk about kind of what was happening with this video that I did and released, and some of y'all might have heard about that as well. The video that I put out was about one battle after another. I kind of talked to Matt a bit about it last week.
I hear it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it. And nobody talks badly about it. That's what I've heard about
Yeah,
the movie.
yeah. Actually, I think it's that you're not allowed to talk.
Right.
There is no wrong think with this movie, or
Yeah.
you be big dumb.
Yeah, apparently. You be big dumb.
Yeah,
Big
that,
dumb.
and you know, if anybody knows anything about me, that tends to be the case. But yeah, it's been controversial among some. The interesting thing here with this movie is that I was kind of one of the first ones to put a negative review on YouTube about it.
Yeah.
Everybody was just on this movie's nuts, and if you were to believe the critic praise, then you would think that this is kind of like the most flawless, perfect film ever made.
Dude, that's the craziest thing to me too, because it's not only the critics, the sheer number of people that are like, "No, this is 100% movie.
Right.
Like this movie is the end all be all movie." And then when people started talking, because you were one of the first people to
Right.
put out like a negative review about it, and
Yeah.
I know the Film Threat guys came out and did their review. That was also a negative review.
Right.
And then even reading the comments and everything, it's funny seeing how many people are like, "No, this is the movie. Technically, is nice, but
Like well
the
made.
content
Right.
is not."
Right. The subject matter is not. And that's the thing. Yeah. Like Smart Review says, good actors, a well filmed film, but everything else is a big doo-doo. And that's the thing, is that you're not allowed to say that. And that's the thing too, where we've joked about this before, but so it was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, and Paul Thomas Anderson is what I consider to kind of be one of the industry's sacred cows. He's one of these directors that you're literally just not allowed to think anything negative about his films in general. And this is hands down his most controversial film, and the first one where he has gotten political like this. I saw some people in the comments trying to tell me that like There Will Be Blood is political. I don't know about that. Like, not
It's
like
very different,
right.
I think.
It's not this kind of political. I'd have to go back and see it. But either way, a lot of it revolves around especially the current like relevant nature of the film and its controversial nature, as far as just digging into everything that is, you know, going on right now in culture involving immigration, and even just man, it's everything. Honestly, it should be called like one far left talking point after another. Like that should be the name of the film. And the wild thing too, I've never seen before, is that Film Threat, you mentioned them earlier, Film Threat put out a video actually today where the video was specifically talking about the visceral response in the comments to their review of this movie.
Yeah.
And we have never been exposed like this. The algorithm's never gotten behind this channel. Like, it didn't seem to matter what we did. Like, the most we'd get was like 5,000-6,000 views. Like, which isn't bad, but like, it's not the thing that pushes your stuff to the moon.
Right. Exactly.
And so for them to even come out and say like, hey, these comments are hot. Like, stuff is boiling over right now, and people are not happy about negative reviews for this film. And that is the thing, like Smart Review said, this is why we have Criticless here. It is, giving a voice to the voiceless, for sure.
Yeah.
So, and that was my point with this. And the wild thing is how controversial my opinion was made to be versus the actual subject matter of the video. And that's what kind of blew me away, the accusations, the name calling, the insults, the attacks, like that were just a barrage, and it's still going. And it's kind of wild that it was that visceral, considering that I never even vocalized my personal politics. Like, I never said what I think about any of these issues.
Yeah.
I literally just said, like, this is kind of irresponsible, not saying it shouldn't come out, not saying it shouldn't have been made, not saying any of that. Like, the bigger part of what is irresponsible is the fact, honestly, that none of the critics are even being honest about what is in the movie. Like, I kept reading all these super, like, nebulous reviews and things, like people really skirting around what's in it. And we've seen this time and time again. And I mean, you can attest to it too, because we've been watching reviews forever. The critics are super biased. Like, they tend to kind of gaslight people when they have negative responses to things that are hyper political. And when you don't like them, I feel like this is done to create this kind of response by people, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like it emboldens people to attack anybody with a negative opinion on it, when all of the critics are like, this is the best thing ever. And the crazy thing is that even like, you're not allowed to talk about it politically. You're not allowed to talk about it even like that controversial nature. But the crazy thing is, you can't even really talk about it just not being that great.
Right.
Like, not even like, I think it's a very messy film. And it's become clear to me, I've been learning a lot about this film after doing my review.
Yeah.
They ended up saying the other day that Benicio del Toro ended up not being able, he basically like overbooked. They had to stop filming for like multiple weeks, if not like like 2 months or something, a very long period of time. Then Benicio shows up and decides that he wants to change his entire character arc and
No
the
way.
way that the character is depicted. Like, not even playing. They
Surprised they let him do that.
Yeah, I am too. And so it's like you can tell that things like this happened as well, which I think assists in making it feel messy. And some of the things he wanted to add did add to the political divisiveness. Like, so all of that is just kind of like, what the hell is what is even going on? Like, why is it that we've reached a point where the critics can't even be honest about, like, when something is this biased, they won't even be honest about the nature of the actual film being bad?
Yeah, it almost makes you wonder, like, we've talked about, you did a video a long time ago about, like, critics kind of being paid not to write reviews, you know, to, like, keep the reviews off of Rotten Tomatoes and things like that. I almost still wonder, like, if they're getting, like, kickbacks to write these nebulous reviews.
Right.
And just say that they really like it. You know what I was thinking about? I don't think I've ever seen a single one of those guys' movies.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And I think a lot of people are in that camp. And I saw people literally, even in the comments, being just mad at me that, like, they were basically like, if you had a negative opinion about it, why did you even bother reviewing it? And I'm like,
because I have a negative response to this movie?
Right. And because, like, that's what we do on this channel. Like, that's what our app is about. Like, we review movies and we talk about them and we encourage, like, proper discourse about film and about culture. And that's the wild thing is I'm just like, you guys don't even want to have a conversation. And that's how I ended my reviews. I was just like, look, like, if you hate my opinion, if you think it's crap, like, then fine. Come on, Criticless. Like, leave a review. Tell us, like, fine.
Right.
But that's the thing is it's like that there aren't a lot. Most of these folks aren't even wanting to have a conversation about anything. And so many people just want to put labels on folks. They want to I've been called everything under the freaking sun over the past week, and it's kind of wild. Like, and I'm just like, all of this, and I never even told you what my political opinion was.
I mean, people are just going to paint it right over you, just being like, oh, he's this way or that way.
This MAGA white supremacist, blah, 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 like racist piece of shit. And I'm just like, holy hell, like, I literally, just because I said things about it pandering to left politics, I even pointed out, like, if this was coming from the right and it was this propagandistic, like, I would be saying similar things. And even like I said in it, it's like, and if it was my type of propaganda, because I think that's the thing is that most people do have their type of propaganda that they're okay with.
Yeah.
And that was my thing is I'm like, look, let's just be freaking honest here. Like, can't we just be honest about it? So, and I think that when the rubber meets the road is that they don't want to admit that propaganda exists and that
it's being fed to them.
Right.
A lot of times people don't want to know that they're watching propaganda.
Right. Exactly. And I think that is definitely at play, and it is it's just a real bummer. And, you know, as it goes, I guess I did actually have an article here. So it's funny because I searched this and I'm surprised that this is the site that actually didn't just totally pump this up to the moon, because Slash Film is notoriously very, very left. But essentially they kind of break down, and the biggest thing I want to talk about is the fact that this was a giant box office flop.
Really?
Yes. The interesting thing is that this film cost an epic truckload of money. They are saying that the budget is at least $130 million for this art house film.
Where did all that money go? I guess it was the cast?
Well, and so I have a theory about this film as well.
Okay.
And I said this to someone yesterday, is that I think that they were hoping, and this is Warner Brothers, which is the same studio.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think that they thought that this was going to be their Barbie action movie.
Oh, really?
They thought that they could get away with basically having a hyper-politicized movie, and if it leaned more in the action genre, that it would essentially bring in people that wouldn't necessarily watch a bunch of hyper propaganda like type of film. And that was the thing, is that that's how Barbie was. It was absolute propaganda. I mean, you could literally play a drinking game with how many times they said the word patriarchy. Like,
for sure.
So,
yeah.
I mean, you know, as far as that goes, I think that they thought that that's what this movie was going to be, because this is the most action-heavy Paul Anderson movie. This felt like the most kind of bombastic, like attention-grabbing movie that he's ever put out for being a more art house director. So I think that's what they thought it was going to be. They dumped a bunch of money into it. They're even saying the estimates are even as high as $175 million. So that is extraordinarily expensive, especially when you look at the marketing, which is usually close to double.
Yeah.
So at least, so I mean, at that point, we're talking. This film was so expensive for them, and it didn't pull in even remotely that much. Basically, it got $22 million here, which is not great for a movie that expensive. And that's the thing, is that this movie is not going to, they're going to try and push for like a word of mouth thing, but the problem is that no one saw it. They're hoping that they can coast on critic reviews. I can guarantee you that you're going to be seeing commercials that have Rotten Tomato scores attached to these commercials. And they're going to be trying to convince people that this is the best movie of the year.
Yeah. I mean, I've already seen that.
Right.
I've seen ads and posts where they're like, "This is the best movie.
Yeah.
Movie of the year. It's gonna win the awards."
And so, but it cleared globally. It cleared 48 million. And I can tell you this: as far as the global markets go, it's only going to be the European countries that give this movie money because of how hyper political it is.
Yeah.
Japan, China, if it's even over there, like those countries are not going to watch or take. They're not going to be on board with this movie.
They probably won't allow it to be there.
Yeah. China. Yeah.
No, China especially.
So yeah, but this thing, it was a commercial bomb, and honestly, after the absolute dog pile that I've gotten for it, it just makes me want to maniacally cackle because fuck them. Like, if you want to lie and be deceptive in your reviews and freaking even, that's the thing that kind of bummed me out, is that there are a lot of people in this space and different critics and stuff. There are people that aren't public about how they think about things, that do notice things like this, but they don't want to get political because they're so big. And I listened to several people's reviews, and I'm like, they feel the way that I do, but they are terrified to admit it. Like,
I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, because they knew what would happen. They knew that what happened to our channel, which, I mean, hey, it helped us grow, so whatever.
I mean, yeah, I mean, this is getting us monetized. You're like, in the long run,
right?
We've gained 300 plus subs. Like, this is a huge for us.
Yeah, which is funny because I mean, it got to the point where some of the negative things, I was literally just responding like, thanks, you're helping our channel grow. Keep commenting, like just being a dick, because I'm just like, whatever, fine. Like, you want to call names, you want to freaking, not have a good conversation. But I'm not going to say that was everybody. I've actually had some good conversations about this movie with people that are being level-headed. I've even had people that I've won over about this. There was a guy today, and he was like, look, like, I'm pretty far on my politics. He's like, and I saw this movie and I didn't think about any of this, and actually, like, it kind of bothers me what I saw in your video, and it just made me look at this completely differently. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and that's awesome. Like,
right.
That's the kind of discourse that we want, and that's why, like, it's great on Criticless when we do have dissenting opinions and you can have those conversations.
Right.
And just not just quit because you don't like other people's opinions.
Right. So, and that's the thing, is I hope we can get to more positive discourse around all of this stuff. And I don't want to see any filmmaker or any art fail, but the thing is that when it's just, when it's hyper propaganda stuff, when it's just as pandery as a film like this is, and I've seen people that, because basically this movie they're splitting it into right and left as far as the discourse, which is basically, it's not really right. It's basically like moderate and then far left kind of a scenario, like moderate and over. But like, I've seen people who are like, I kind of interpret it differently, whatever. And that's fine. And I'm not here to like shame anybody that, was on board with the movie.
Right.
Fine, you liked it. But like, that was kind of my biggest thing, is I'm like, look, can we just admit that like this is so politicized, and that there are going to be people who paint this movie about, domestic terrorists out to be a good thing.
Yeah.
And that's not great.
Well, and they're probably the ones that are like, yeah, domestic terrorism is what we need right now.
Well, and funny enough, those comments were absolutely happening as well. Like, definitely.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, like, and so it's not great stuff. So I don't know, not a fan. I'm curious to see if people end up end up basically seeing this after the fact, and we start getting more people giving like more opinions like mine when it comes out. This is going to come on the home release super quick.
Dude, with it bombing that badly,
yeah,
they're not going to be able to afford. And somebody said in the comments that it was because they filmed it in California,
right?
That this is a now box office bomb.
Yeah,
it's not. I don't think word of mouth is going to be good enough. You have, because next week comes. I mean, we have some indie stuff this week, and then next week it's Tron. Right. So nobody's gonna be like, I'm picking this over Tron.
Right.
Like, it's not gonna happen.
No, and word is getting out as people with opinions like mine, and there are enough regular folks that saw it that are just like, whoa. Like, and I got a lot of comments saying I have not walked out of a film in ages, and I got up and walked out. And I mean, you've got a film where in the first 10 to 15 minutes, you literally have Sean Penn walking around with a boner and a gun to the back of his head. Like, it is just like, it's gross. It's just unappealing. It's.
Yeah, even if you take all the politics out, I don't know, like, what movie I'd be like, yeah, I'm into this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they'd have to do with the story to make me be like, okay, this is good storytelling, kind of dynamic going on. Cause that's just not something I'd be interested in.
Right.
Plus, the other things you've said, like, I'm like, I have no interest watching his movie. Let alone for that maybe like my first movie of his. I'd rather go watch like Magnolia.
Yeah, Magnolia. I like Magnolia a lot. There Will Be Bloods in there. The one big thing that he has a problem with, a serious problem with, is length. Like, his movies are just overly long.
Yeah.
And
just fine if you don't feel it, but if you start feeling it, then I'm like,
you got to be fully invested.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and yet it is. As Crisco said, it's being predicted to be the best picture, and that is insane. Even the fact that if it beats like Sinners, like this movie is, and I haven't seen Sinners yet. From everybody I know who's kind of experienced both, and I should be watching Sinners soon. It just does not sound like it's even as remotely as good as that. And I've seen other films that I like more. So yeah. And Smart Review, thanks, buddy.
Dude.
We really do appreciate it. Glad to have you in here. And like I said, there were going to be new folks in here that have kind of found us. We do appreciate it. This is a fun show. Says Sinners is shit, and that's the thing. People are more divided out, but I will say on Criticless, it has a much more balanced score than this movie is and/or will. And I think that this movie's score is only gonna go down.
Oh, I agree. Especially once it's streaming at home, I think people are gonna watch it and go, "What the hell was that? This is why I didn't see it in the theaters." Like I kind of want to watch it because of that, but I do not want to go to theaters and waste my time in theaters watching it.
Right. And I actually saw Sid saying, I hadn't seen this in the comments because I've kind of stayed away from the comments for a couple days because it's a bad place to be.
I mean, it's been going long enough. There's no reason to really
to be in there.
To dive into the depths.
Right. I try to comment on the nice people because I'm like, hey, you might have come to this channel. I want you to know I saw you.
Yeah.
But it's just hard because I have to wade through miles and miles of hateful, awful bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, someone was they were speculating that I was bald. This is not
No, we will show our bald spots if anybody really wants to know.
Right.
So you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
So my son, he's 3.5 years old. I was drying him, and I leaned down to get his feet, and he's like, "Dad,
yeah,
why is your brain weird?" And I was like, and he's talking because I'm balding up here.
Right.
And I guess he could just see my skin through my small patch of hair. And I was like, wow, finally he's humbling me. Because he doesn't humble me at all.
Right.
Xena, he humbles.
Yeah.
Every once in a while he pulls out a zinger as kids do.
Oh, dude,
and this was the first one against me. And I just died laughing because my brain is weird.
Yeah. Your brain is coming through your skull, Matt. Don't you know?
It is. And this was 2 days ago. I was dying.
Yeah. That's pretty freaking fantastic. And I'm seeing y'all talking about the vampire movies in the chat. I will say, Smart Review, we have reviewed 30 Days of Night on this channel.
Yeah, we have.
Because that was a criticated movie, which is our thing. We are doing criticated movies from here on out. We used to do some newer films. Those are going to stay to the solo videos, and then we're just going to keep doing these critic-hated films. And honestly, you've kind of teed us up for a good transition here. We could move into this was kind of news. This is talking about box office, what's happening with this film.
Sure.
There is not really a whole lot going on right now as far as new film news, and that is the thing is that as it's kind of funny. It's like I started being accused of being one of these people that does constant political related videos and stuff, and I'm just like, bro, you don't know this channel. We've been doing this for a year, and we keep it quite unpolitical. Like,
Yeah, we really keep it.
we try to be pretty
like,
moderate.
with our stuff.
Right, because it's just kind of like that is the thing is that Criticless as a whole tends to be a very balanced kind of ecosystem, and we really don't want to totally tick people off. So, yeah, what you
The
got?
smart guy's on a roll here.
Yeah.
He's talking about Good Boy is this week, and aren't you going to go watch
Yes.
and review that?
Yes. So yeah, we can go ahead and say that. Yes, there's a good chance that I will be seeing Good Boy tomorrow, and we'll be dropping a review for it probably tomorrow, and it should come out quicker than our stuff has been because one of the members of the community, High Tide, is actually going to be doing some video edits and stuff for me to help out. So I'm going to be doing a dog ghost movie, so that'll be fun. I'm excited. And the really crazy thing about that movie, it's like an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense.
Right.
Well, it doesn't need to be a long movie.
Yeah.
But as Nino was saying, you should also then go watch the other movie, Good Boy, from several years ago and review that.
Yeah.
Also,
the other dog movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. But this one, I'm excited. I was gonna do the new Rock movie, but I'm like, I think people are gonna be less interested in that, and people are probably gonna be burnt out on the art house stuff and ready for a horror.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why not do? And it's just an interesting premise. The fact that it's the entire movie is from a dog's perspective and filmed just the dog. Basically.
I feel like they just watched Courage the Cowardly Dog a whole bunch, and they were like, "But a movie, let's do it."
Right. Yeah. I think it's going to be cool. So I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, I think we are going to go ahead and pivot on over. I won't run the bumper so that we don't blow out y'all's ears. We got to figure out the audio issues.
Yeah.
Per usual.
Right.
So yeah, and Crisco did point out it's the Smashing Machine. That's what I was thinking of. That's the new Rock film. I was debating on doing that one, but I we'll see. I might see it at some point, and maybe I'll drop a review if it looks like it's doing some traction on the YouTubes. But like, I don't think that that's going to necessarily be one that's going to like take off. It just
also, do you want to see that movie? It's just like The Rock is so kind of like overdone, and it's like a biopic or something like that.
It is.
And it's not really like my cup of tea personally. I mean, you're more into like biopics, to a degree.
And art house films and different things. So look at that. We got Crisco giving out the memberships. So anybody who ends up getting the gifties, first off, thanks, Chris. But if you get these, definitely welcome to the cult, because we are the Crit Cult, which is actually a moniker and a accusation that was thrown at us not by the very far and radical left. It was by some far right people. So
some extremely far right people.
Yeah. Apparently we are a cult, and we have fully embraced it. So that's it. Welcome to the cult, guys. And I should be doing better about, now that we're really digging into getting these videos edited and whatever. I'm thinking about doing some ideas for possible like members only streams now that we're getting more members, or how we're going to handle all that. So yeah, we'll be doing some more stuff for our members. But welcome to the cult, guys. And I do see some of these popping up. I know it doesn't show the stickers on this end, and I should be able to add more stickers now as well. So yeah.
Benefits.
Yep, exactly. Now that we're growing. So but let's go ahead and talk about Idle Hands. So as I mentioned before, Idle Hands came out in the year 1999. This is a comedy, horror, fantasy, stoner, romance, teen comedy. I don't even know. It's all the genres kind of all in one place.
Yeah, they were just like, let's just do a movie. Yeah. What about a movie about every genre possible?
Right.
We can do it. Let's do it.
All the things. All the things rammed in one place. And that's what it is. And this movie is directed by Rodman Flender. Wasn't familiar with him, but basically this guy, and actually what I can do, well, I say that, and I'm totally stopping this train to do this, but might as well go ahead and share it. So Rodman basically he got his start doing stuff like Dawson's Creek, The OC, Tales of the Crypt. He just did a lot of episodes of TV shows, and it appears that that's kind of where he's kept doing things.
Sure.
And so he's not been super active, but he's worked kind of in the horror space, and then also in the kind of teen drama / dramedy space. So it makes sense. He was right in his lane. And like I said, this was all the way back in 99. So this movie is starring Devin Siwa, which was, he was one of those 90s heartthrob dudes, Yeah,
I feel like he must have crashed out hard.
Yeah, right.
He just disappeared. And he's not like a good-looking dude.
Right.
Like even
right.
watching this movie, I'm like, you're not a good looking dude.
Right. He's not like your Hollywood heartthrob.
Right.
Like he's not a typical Hollywood guy.
Well, it's funny
Apparently
'cause,
he's in the
like-
new Twisted Metal show. I haven't
Really?
noticed him, but apparently
I mean, the second season,
it's not great.
I watched like 3 episodes and I was like, well,
Yeah.
that was not entertaining.
Yeah, I don't think it's very good. Not enjoying it so far. So
No,
which
that's why I
sucks
stopped
because-
and didn't go back. I love Twisted Metal.
Right.
And I really enjoyed the first season.
Yeah.
And the second season just
Right.
no.
But yeah, Devin Seawall's been around for a bit. Actually, we reviewed one of his movies recently, which was SLC Punk. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
the Stoner Bob or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So he was in that. And then we got Seth Green, who's been around forever. Interestingly enough, we've got Eldon Hansen. I don't know if you recognize him, but this is Foggy. From Daredevil.
Well, because I did. I was like, oh, it's that guy. And Xena's like, who's that guy? I'm like, that guy. He's that guy.
The
and
guy
then
from
Xena
The
looked
Thing.
him up because I didn't remember. I just
Right.
like knee jerk was like, I recognize him.
Right.
And then Xena looked at him up and she was like, listing off stuff. I was like, no. And then she got a Daredevil. I was like, yeah, Foggy.
Yeah.
Boom, there it is.
Right. Yeah. So Foggy's in this. He's very young. And then, of course, our lovely goddess, Jessica Alba.
Absolutely.
You know, if you were alive in the 90s and 2000s, like they loved to put this woman in her underwear and none of us complained, you know?
No, we need to review what's the ocean
Into
movie?
the Blue.
Into the Blue. Yeah.
yeah. That Into the Blue definitely blew up a little while back for sure.
Yeah.
And it is so she's in this as well, and we do once again get her in her skivvies, very notorious and famous scene. And luckily we don't have to feel like creeps because we were the same age when this movie came out, and she's technically older than us, and she was like 18, 19.
Yep.
So
Yep,
we're
yep, yep.
safe.
Yep.
We're tiptoeing around like 2 weeks ago with Empire Records.
Right.
We're trying to decide how to navigate these conversations. But yeah, so I have actually already made my review. I've just not dropped it. And if you don't know, on Criticless, you can leave drafts. So I left a draft for this movie, and I am giving this motherfucking thing an 83.
Nice.
It is a most excellent for me. I will go ahead and drop my review in just a moment. I am going to take it off screen, and what I'll do is I will add our YouTube link. So if you don't know, if you are a paid member in the Crit Club, then you can actually put YouTube videos into this stuff that you're reviewing. So with this, we will put our personal YouTube videos, but if you're not a YouTuber, it doesn't hurt you any because actually a lot of people that pay don't have YouTube channels, and what they have been using it for is to MySpace their reviews, and everybody just that pays for Crit Club puts music to their reviews.
Yeah, I plan to do a music video for mine.
With this.
Yeah.
So and it's just a fun thing to do. But if you're a smaller channel, then it definitely works great for that as well. But yeah, so I have added our review to this, and I gave it an 83, man. I have not seen this movie since high school.
Yeah.
Like it has been a long ass time. This was one of those where, so since it came out in 99, I saw it probably like my freshman, sophomore, junior year of high school. It's one of those like cruising through the video store, like Hollywood or Blockbuster Video, and was just like, oh man, this looks cool. And then watched it and was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And
this is definitely one of those movies that like is for high schoolers.
Yes.
And if you have nostalgia for it, it's the most excellent. But like the high school nostalgia factor in Jessica Alba, it would just be right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With Alba as well. And yeah, JB, you can put your videos in your reviews. It is a great reason to join. A lot of other YouTube channels have it's definitely helped because it gets exposure on Criticless to new folks. And also when we do these like group reviews and things like that, as far as on Monday Hangover or other big channels, lots of times your videos and your reviews end up being featured on really big stuff, and it helps us to be able to shout out and be like, oh, it's videos right here, go sub to this channel, whatever. So it is really cool to help support other people in the community. So yeah, but this movie, man, it is the epitome of like a stoner comedy, which I loved back in the day, still love.
Yeah, but when I think of stoner comedy, I think of like Grandma's Boy.
Right.
This was like stoner comedy, but not
quite the same.
Funny.
So where I connect to this is it almost kind of feels more like if if it was like it's almost like a partnership between Kevin Smith's movies at the time.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
kind of like Kevin Smith and Sam Raimi from like Evil Dead. Like
yeah.
if they were to
Yeah.
kind of partner up and make a horror movie together.
Yeah, I can see that because for me, 100%. That's
Yeah.
perfect because my comparison would be that this is very like Cabin in the Woody
Right. When
when it comes to like the gore
it's
and the comedy element.
over
of
the
it.
top, it's meta.
Yeah.
It's weird.
There's a social commentary in it.
Yes, there
you know?
is. There's a bit of that for sure, and that's the cool thing though is that like the quote unquote commentary is very like the message is fairly mild. It's just kind of like, hey, maybe don't be a do nothing stoner bro all the time and like have idle hands for the devil's playground. Like that was kind of the joke, but then also like leaned into like there's definitely going to be people who can hear and learn that message and not give a shit.
Yeah.
Like so.
Yeah.
It's a very very fun movie. I like the over the top gore. I like the goofiness to it.
Yeah.
It really does feel like a teen's like kind of wet dream of the perfect horror movie. Like
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Like if
Yeah.
if a bunch of stoner high school bros were sitting around and we're like, oh no, but like wait, so what happens is like he goes over to the girl's house that he's in love with and like for whatever reason, no explanation needed. She just like wants his dick.
She just throws herself at him. She's also had that deep longing.
Right.
that he had for her.
She wanted it, bro. She was probably rocking that whale tail, that thong was showing, and she was feeling it. No matter how bloody or stinky or smoky he was.
Hand or no hand, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Right. Even Jessica Alba at her peak still wanted this dude. So, like, but it's stuff like that like, I don't actually dock this movie and like it doesn't take away from it. To me, it almost makes it better. Like, this movie is absolutely aware of what it is. Like,
yeah,
painfully aware of what it is.
I know you're giving it a most excellent.
Yeah.
For me, it's a high rad.
Okay.
And this is my first time actually watching this movie.
Right.
I had never even heard of this movie before today. Well, before like a week or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I saw it a couple more times, I could see having a most excellent score.
Right.
And like, I don't dock anybody obviously for most excellent. I mean, if you gave it like a heinous, I'd be like, okay, this just wasn't for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't agree with it. But then again, if you're looking at a technical, like if you want to be really technical with this movie does jump around a lot, and it does kind of have like plot logic issues and things like that. But I think that's where you're talking about. This movie is very self-aware and it's very on purpose.
Oh, absolutely. And it's from like a bunch of stoners' perspectives. Like, I mean, it's to the point that this movie, there is no realism in this world. And they are very aware of that. It's like being in the Addams Family. Like, they're just weird supernatural things that happen and you accept them because it happens in this world.
Yeah, and everybody in the world just accepts it and they're nobody's really questioning anything that's happening.
Right.
It's just happening.
Right.
And nobody's super reacting to it because it's just happening and that's just how it is.
Right, exactly. And I think that's when a movie behaves in that way, it's almost kind of like if a movie is this wacky and goofy, then you do need to be this self-aware and you just kind of wear that on your sleeve and you're just kind of like, hey, yeah, like this, we're goofy. We're like, there are no rules to this world.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just kind of it. And that totally works for me. And I think also kind of that stoner vibe of it helps. I love, and I think Jake said it or somebody said it in the chat. I saw it a minute ago. Life on Marshmallow said it, where it's like these lighter tone horror movies are just very fun to me.
Yeah, I almost need to make a list on Criticless about them because I was thinking through. So we have like Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
Yep. This is very
Cabin in the Woods. This movie, in my mind, actually, The Faculty, which I think came out right around this time, is also very similar. It's not quite as stonery, but it's also one of those movies that's like a lighter horror movie. But I'm like, what other movies are there? So I'll probably make a list and like share it and see if people can add some stuff to it.
That would be
that
a
I'm
cool
not
list.
aware of because I'd be definitely down for more of these like comedic horrors.
Because this is absolutely a genre. Like whatever this genre might be, it's like the offbeat horrors or movies or whatever. And we got my Dixie in here. I don't know if he's been in the chat. I was going to mention him earlier because I think he said 100% of his score was for Alba. And I did want to showcase some of y'all's reviews because we obviously like to call attention to all of that.
Yeah.
And currently, I want to refresh here, but we have 23 reviews for this, which is honestly surprising because it's such a cult movie and it hasn't been streaming anywhere.
You guys have been showing up for us.
Yeah,
and I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah.
It makes it so much more fun having you guys in the chat, being able to look at you guys' reviews. I try to stay away from them before I watch it myself. just so I don't have like a preconceived notion. It's the reason why I
Right, for what you're getting into.
But like, I love it.
And we mentioned, so like Chris wasn't able to make it today. This is the longest review Chris has left
It's the
as
only
well.
it's only reviews ever. The only thing he's reviewed in like a
billion
year and
years.
a half.
Right, right. So I'm glad we got a Chris review. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but yeah, Chris absolutely loved this thing, and he'll probably end up mentioning it next week, but he absolutely loved it. He was really bummed that he couldn't be here today because he had so much fun with it. I'm not sure if he mentions it in here. It is a longer review, but I was curious. I can't remember if he saw this back in the day or not. But and if he had mentioned if he had, but this is one of those things, like if you were nostalgic for the late 90s, early 2000s, like this movie is going to hit hard. But also you will have scenarios, and we'll get into some of you guys that didn't like this because Beach Dad didn't like it. We see down here. Now we got Jake Blue Blazed here as well, and he gave this thing a 62%. And Nostalgia Glasses definitely helped get through and put it in the low 60s for him. So yeah, I mean, this is, if you're nostalgic for the time, it's going to help. I love this type of movie. So it's not even about, for me, like, yes, nostalgia's helping it, but like, it's fun. Like,
I mean, it is just kind of a fun movie. It's a good time.
Right.
And I'm glad we're doing this.
Yeah, me too. And so Beach Dad, though, gave it a 36%. And I was curious. So he said basically only good thing about it is Jessica Alba as well. And so he just did not like it, said it was dumb, and would not recommend it. I would rather have a colonoscopy than watch this again. That's wild to have that visceral of an experience. But
I guess it was him that somebody also said they'd rather go to the dentist.
Right. That's wild. Like, man, I would watch it. Like, I watched it today. I would literally watch it again tonight.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much I enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I had that much fun. And this is, I think also, though, stoner comedies are for sure a vibe. Like,
they are. You got to be wanting to watch a stoner comedy.
Right. And this movie is also it leans into, like, its punk rock themes. Like, it leans into all of that pretty hard.
Oh, yeah. It was constantly playing, like, 80s and 90s, like, metal music.
Right. And punk stuff. Like, there's Ramones in here. There's literally a punk concert that happens.
And
like,
that was the Offsprings, wasn't it?
It might have been
the band was the Offspring.
It might have been.
Literally the Offspring.
Somebody shared a music video. We'll have to look and see what the song was, and it probably was. But Probably Toxic gave it a 56%. So it sounded like he was so-so on it. But yeah, if you're not in the mood to laugh at stupid or find this sort of thing annoying, don't watch it. Because, yeah, I mean, it is stupid. Like, I'm not going to...
Oh, and they can be annoying. Like, the stoner dudes are all technically annoying if that's not what you want to see.
Right.
Now, I think if you like this movie, you're seeing past it, or you just think that's kind of funny.
Right, exactly. So if it's not your type of humor, like, you're not going to vibe with it.
Oh, Dixie wrecked.
Yeah, exactly. So, but Darth Bane liked it. So, and said that this was his introduction to Jessica Alba. And yeah, I think that quite a few people probably had their first, like, sexual awakening from this film, similar to ones like Empire Records. This is one of those where you're just like, holy moly.
Oh, Lord.
Like, she had it going on. And
you know what's funny? Speaking of another review we did a long time ago is Walk to Remember.
Yeah.
She gave me Mandy Moore vibes.
That is really
early on in the movie.
Yeah.
And then I think it kind of switched off later on, but it was just curious that was a vibe. I guess it was a very similar, not type of character, but like how they were portraying being like innocent girls.
Right.
I guess.
Right. Which the funny thing was, she like rode a motorcycle and like whatever.
Yeah, and wrote like music lyrics.
Right.
Stuff.
She was an interesting character. Like, I don't like
this show. I mean,
it's a teen dude's wet dream. It's like, okay, but like, she's cool, but she's also one of the popular girls, but like, she totally wants to bang me, bro. Like, it's just like, it's kind of great. Like,
it's one of those things that's so bad it's great, because you're right. It's definitely like, this is a teenage boy's like wet dream.
Yeah.
Of like a story plot.
Right.
He's the victor and all that stuff, or possibly.
Right. And it just does lean into that. So my Dixie, though, did not like it. Also sounded like Alba was kind of what won it over for him as well. But a really stupid concept. I mean, I do agree, but hey, listen, at least you guys had Alba to pull you through. And there was also that phenomenal rack in the car. I mean,
yeah,
there was that as well.
I just love it. I can't remember I don't remember Seth or Foggy that were just like,
right. What a
Rack,
waste.
what a waste.
Yeah, and I think it was actually Scavola who I made a comment about that too, and he literally rattled off who it was. It's Kelly Monaco. He knew right away.
I love it.
Knew exactly who it was. So yeah, it's the I want to be
JJ knows too.
Yep, exactly. Apparently
Y'all
she's
be
like
knowing. Y'all be knowing.
I know you gooners, man. You gooners gonna be gooning. As our Goonies spinoff shirt that we've yet to make, it's the Goonies never dry, or Gooners never dry.
That's in the next realm of things, along with you swimming in Jaws.
Right, exactly. And what up, Wolvers? What's up?
Hey,
homie?
what's up, dude?
That heavy in chat. But yeah, and so. Yeah, he threw in his music video on this too. I don't want to click on it because I know it will get like hit with a copyright thing, but I think you might be right about who the band was. But we got a 65 by Bulldog in here as well with the 161st review. Congratulations.
Nice.
And I think this was also a perfect day one of Halloween, right? Like as far or like spooky season. Like this is the perfect spooky movie to kick off the season with.
Yeah.
Because you're not going whole hog. Like you're just like, I'm sticking my foot in the water, but also I'm getting like extreme gore. But it's the lighter tone.
Yeah. And honestly, I love the gore in this movie.
Dude,
I just think it's so much fun. And I think it was done really smartly.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like, yes, they didn't put a ton of their money in the budget for gore.
Right.
But they put enough where you're like, you can appreciate that it was done on
It didn't
a budget
feel
and
bad.
nicely.
It did none of this like gore. A lot of it, most of it was pretty much all practical effects.
Yeah.
Like even the stuff was super cool where he was carrying around his head like after his buddies died. And honestly, as we dig into this a little bit more, I commend this movie for actually being pretty unpredictable. And
yeah, because I was not having seen this movie before. I was very kind of surprised when certain events happened.
Right. Yeah. Well, for example, I guess we can go ahead and get into that. Well,
you want to do spoilers?
Yeah. I guess y'all let us know in the chat if y'all want us to go into spoilers for this, or if you do or don't care. This is also one of those, I think, personally, where I'm like, spoilers don't necessarily ruin the movie. Like, well, I don't know. I say that now, but there are these surprising moments. So y'all
it's definitely a spoiler.
Yeah. Y'all let us know. I guess we'll let you know when we get deeper into spoilers. But I guess I will go ahead and pull up some more reviews. I'm glad that some of y'all, took the risk and watched this. Anybody that had to watch this on Pluto TV, I apologize. That platform is absolute hot trash, and I feel bad for anyone that has to use it.
I didn't mind the commercials.
Right.
But for me, the actual platform itself was just so freaking laggy.
Oh, really?
And it was just like...
You didn't get like a million ads?
Yeah, there was 15 ads, I think.
Okay.
But it's not like... To me, ads aren't the end all. It was free. So, like, this just reminds me of my younger years of watching TV. If you watched a 2-hour movie on TV, you got probably about this amount of ads.
Right.
So I was just like, it's whatever.
Right.
Like, this day and age, okay, I mute the TV and I grab my phone for 5 minutes or whatever the ad length is. I just don't have a problem with ads. I know there's a couple people that, like, can't stand ads these days.
Right.
I'm just like, I mean, it's free. I'm not bucking at free.
Well, see,
Ads
you're
are
there with
ads.
caveat, which Matt is perpetually a penny pincher, so he is not going to complain about ads.
I mean, yeah, it's free.
I'm the type, I would literally rather pay for something than have to sit and watch commercials. They make me want to throw myself out a window headfirst. I hate them with all of my heart and soul. I've been spoiled by streaming, and it is what it is. But yeah, so For the Users actually got to see this, and she was in a similar scenario where like she hadn't seen this since she was a teen and saw it again. And she pointed out as well that she thought that it was even better this time around.
Nice.
And I completely agree. Like this, I notably liked this more this time than I even did back in the day.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's like a part of me where I could even give it a higher score, because I had so much fun.
Right, and it's because they don't really make movies like this, I feel nowadays.
No.
Because this was something where, I don't know what the budget was for this. I don't know how much money this movie made. But it felt like it was a small budget, and they were working with what they had, and the cast was just there because they knew what kind of movie this was.
Right, 25 million. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it wasn't that much in the grand scheme of it all.
Right. And my wife did point out it's because of my immersion thing. I do have a big issue with immersion in films, and it's why I don't like when people talk. It's why I don't like if a phone goes off. It's why I don't like I will hold my pee until I'm in pain. Like I don't like to stop and start movies, and I'm just like if I'm there, I'm watching it. Like I'm committed. Like I can't even like I even struggle to put something on like while I'm working or whatever because I will just instantly hone in on what's on, like not what I'm supposed to be or was planning on doing. It's just when I watch something, I'm freaking watching it, or I'm just not. So yeah, that does play a big part in that, and why I don't like ads is it constantly breaks it up, and so it's just it kind of is what it is. But yeah, so we've got some more reviews though. We got Hutch said brilliant film. I agree, Hutch gave it an 80%. We got TG gave it an 87 as well. And yeah, he kind of breaks down what's in this film. I think that and we really haven't talked about what it's really about its core, which we will in a minute. And also we got Normie gave it a 65% as well. So liked it, not madly in love with it, but had a good time with it. JJ also in the chat gave it a 65%. And all these folks, make sure to go follow them. They're the ones in the chat on the show as well. And so yeah, y'all go follow each other on Criticless. But yeah, we got JJ in here as well and gave a Gravity Kills video with Guilty, but yeah, it is a horror comedy fantasy. It's all these. I just love all of these genres. Like I really do like just all being in one place. And it even reminds me of some of the more like not rated R movies, even like Hocus Pocus or different things where it's just like it's just whimsical and fantastical, and it doesn't care that it's operating outside of the real world.
Yeah, because it's nice. I mean, like you always say, like I just love things. I love movies because they take me out of the real world.
Right.
I don't want to be in the real world. I like escape. Movies and shows are escapism for me. And that's just like I like when fantasy shit like happens.
Exactly. And then like JJ said, when they add Jessica Alba's ass in there, it's like life-changing. It's just
especially if you're a teenager and you're stoned, you're watching it and you're like, who's that?
Right. Exactly. And we got Trash Gamer as well, gave it a 78% as well. And interesting here, he said, I really love the olden times of movies, especially ones centered around high school, Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Can't Hardly Wait, American Pie, Clueless. And this is in that realm, but it's just a horror movie, which is cool. Like it's one of those, but super freaking gory.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this, I was like 2/3 of the way through this movie, and I was like, man, I'm surprised there hasn't been any nudity.
Right.
And then that scene happened, and I was like,
there we go.
There it is.
I mean, it's a horror movie. Like in the modern day now, these modern films, it's like that used to be a rite of passage. You're like, if it is a horror movie, you've got to at least have one great set of boobs. And if you don't, like you're not a real horror movie. And now none of them have it. So like, are they even horror?
No, horror died.
Yeah, it did.
But it used to be because like, I think that's how they try to draw in crowds.
Right,
horror movies would be like, hey, you get to see boobs.
Right.
People having sex. So we don't have the internet back in those days.
Right.
So that was how you got people
horror's
in.
always been edgy too, right? So it's like
used to be.
it has been for a long time it was the edgy genre, and so that was part of them leaning into their edginess, right?
Yeah.
Is like that's just kind of how they operated. But yeah, so then we got Ninja Juice as well, gave it a 79%. Life on Marshmallows is in the chat, gave it a freaking 90. Heck yeah, dude.
Noise.
So yeah, Life on Marshmallows really liked it a lot as well. And yeah, we got EJ Vanke, or is that V Canty? He's been around a long time in the app, but gave it a 75%. And this starts getting into our older reviews here.
Yeah, I mean, these are unrequested people reviewing this stuff.
Right. And we do have Chalk Demon as well, gave it a 75. And actually, friend of the show who has been on this show, actually, Topher Talent, gave it a 75 or 70%. We haven't seen him in a while, though.
Yeah, Rev Ramey, you skipped over his.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I love Rev.
Rev.
He's got great reviews.
Yeah, but yeah, Rev Ramey gave it a 63 as well. Yeah. So yeah, we got a lot of reviews. Bastard in Black as well. Amanda Panda gave it a 78. So yeah, a lot of reviews in here. This is a really cool movie. I'm glad that everybody likes it as much as it does. It's got a 72% audience score right now, which honestly I think is really fair. Like I don't think, even with me being a most excellent person, I appreciate that a lot more than compared to the reason that we are reviewing this, which is what the critics gave it. And so if you don't know, the critics absolutely hated the shit out of this movie. And it's honestly surprising to me how low the score is, because it is sitting at an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, a freaking 18%. It is brutal. I can't get over that. And we are constantly proved right. It's one of the things that I put in my review is just that like we keep doing these critic hated movies, and we find time and time again that like the critics are just wrong so often, and like not by a little bit, but like by a lot, by a large margin.
Yeah.
So before we get deeper into this review, one of the things that I did want to bring up is surrounding kind of this movie and the conflict about it. And so I do have it pulled up here. But yeah, basically, back in the day, the U.S. government actually did try to ban idle hands, which is really just kind of crazy, but it makes sense when you find out when this movie came out and everything surrounding it. And I do remember this time period. Basically, what happened when Idle Hands was being released is its release date, similar to One Battle After Another, was at a very, very unfortunate time, which was that this movie was set to release 10 days after the Columbine shooting, which is that's not a great time to come out as an R-rated horror movie that's bloody and gory with kids in it. Not great timing, but at the same time, like it continues this conversation, right? Of like, as I put kind of in our little bit of a grifty title here, which is like, you know, this idea of politics is supposed to be downstream from culture, but we've been in a scenario for quite some time now where politics haven't been, you know, they have just become culture. Like, it's not even a downstream thing anymore. Just politics have become culture. And it's why we are getting films like One Battle After Another and Barbie and all of these things where they're full of just all of this politics, but they just, it's reaching a point where people are burning out with it. But we did have a time where, and it's interesting, the side of the aisle that is now pushing so many politics within movies, it's pretty undeniable. It's coming wholeheartedly from the left at this point, and it has been for about 10 or 15 years as far as the insertion of politics into film and kind of what is running Hollywood, what is in charge of Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's coming from the left, like it just is. And so, but with that being the case, the interesting thing is that like with this scenario back when Idle Hands was out, it was actually the right that was trying to take this movie out. And basically, which is not a surprise if you were alive in the 90s.
If you were alive back then,
Yeah.
the right was very religiously driven and very censorship oriented.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The number of things that the right tried to get absolutely nuked from orbit as far as video games, things like Mortal Kombat, there are a lot.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, this movie. And basically what ended up happening was that Senator John McCain actually ended up urging Bill Clinton to basically, they wanted to hold a summit with media executives and discuss the problems with violence in media. Now, to a degree, I understand where the initial thought process of this is, where it's like what you're targeting marketing at. It's kind of like my conversation when it was about One Battle After Another, where it's like, are we being irresponsible as far as when the timing of when things are potentially coming out and activating people? Are we being responsible? Even just for me, it's really just about like the discussions around it, where it's like, hey, you know, maybe let's just be honest about the subject matter that's in it and then let people decide. Give people the option. That's the thing. I don't want the government in here controlling our media. I don't want them hyper involved. Now, I mean, back during the same time as when we started getting the warning labels put on CDs and stuff for parental advisory, they were definitely digging in. And so apparently one of the other films at the same time was Natural Born Killers, along with Idle Hands, that actually came up in this meeting. And basically, so what it says is, due to the proximity of release, Lieberman argued that the horror comedy should be the first casualty of a stricter moral code for popular entertainment. He even went as far as to suggest that the studio behind the film should scrap the movie altogether. So, like, this was full-blown government censorship at this time.
Yeah, they were like, you should not be releasing this because we said so.
Right. And he said, a sensible place to start this self-regulation, this self-control, would be for Sony to pull back a new movie that I gather is set to release in a week called Idle Hands. By all reports, another grossly violent film targeted at teens that uses killing as a form of comedic relief. And it's just like, bro, like I'm glad that they didn't get away with this. The problem was, from what I gather, it still did affect the film. Like, this movie did not do well in the box office. It did not make a lot of money. And I don't know if that's due to just simply the subject matter and the type of film it was.
I almost don't think it was anything to do with the movie, but due to Columbine.
Right.
Columbine
probably so.
wildly affected our country in,
Right.
in a really big way. It's like
Right.
movies that were released after 9/11. Like I bet
Right.
they are all bombs because our country was going through.
Right, right. And that's the thing, too, you think about in that time. It's like, I don't quite remember this, but it's like there could have been a scenario also, even with people just going out in public places feeling a little nervous about it because of what happened. And
Yeah.
like, just, I mean, when these big events happen, people just have these big knee-jerk reactions, especially the government. And, it is this very emotional response, and that's the thing is, especially when you're in government, it's like, hey, all right, let's pump the brakes, guys. Like we don't need to react to this quickly. Let's take a moment. I understand, and that's the thing. Like I'm glad that One Battle After Another wasn't pulled, and they just put it out. Like I get it. My bigger thing was just the conversation around the movie in general. Like, let's just be honest about it. Like, where that's the thing is, with Idle Hands came out, everybody would be like, yeah, this is a super violent movie involving teens, but like, I don't think that it's going to encourage another Columbine. Like,
right.
So,
well, at that time with Columbine, they were blaming video games.
Right.
They were like, oh, he plays violent video games.
Right.
So that was what caused it. Then was it like devil music, heavy metal?
Yeah. Well, back then, yeah, they went after heavy metal hard. And there was also the Satanic Panic era. There was even a point when they were trying to ban Dungeons and Dragons, like because they thought that was over controversial. There was, like you said, the video games things, and when we started getting ESRB ratings. I mean, I even remember when they were trying to cancel freaking Harry Potter. Because it was like magic and witchcraft and wizardry, and it was so dangerous, and the conservative Christian right was coming after it and was super worried about it. And now we're sitting here, looking down the barrel of this whole TikTok scenario, and it's under the guise of protecting us from China. Personally, I call bullshit. I say that this is about controlling what people see in their algorithms, and the fact that the U.S. couldn't control the algorithm on TikTok. And honestly, I think now it's reached a point where they are being honest about it. Like, they aren't even hiding it anymore. Like, there was an interview, and it was with Trump and Vance, and they were like, oh, no, yeah, the algorithm's going to change. Like, that's why we're doing it, and we want it to be in favor of the people that now own the platform.
And that's how TikTok does.
Right, seriously.
I mean, TikTok's already been dying, so it's not going to be like new.
I don't know. I don't know if it is. Like, I know you've pulled back from it, but it's still as big as it always has been. Like,
it is so boring on there.
Really?
Yeah, very little do I find like enjoyment in TikTok.
I feel like it's probably just that that is the one big thing about the platform is that you really have to cater your algorithm, and it is a impeccable, like, impressive algorithm, and if you don't cater it to what you want, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, if I pull up our Criticless account versus my personal, I'm like, oh my God, this is a place I would never want to be. Like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
So I think that that's also some of it as well. But yeah, and like Thundarius said, like, his mom wouldn't let him read Harry Potter books, and had to sit in the hallway and read them aloud in class. So embarrassing. Yeah. It was an interesting time, and that has been my biggest concern with where we are now is I'm like, I don't want to see another knee-jerk reaction from people on the right, and like the censorship stuff. It's like, hey, look, freaking boycott stuff you don't like, hey, do your thing. Like, if you don't like something, don't want to support it, boycott it.
That's like the Golden Compass.
Right. Yeah,
that
Golden
was
Compass
hard.
got slammed.
Yeah, that was hard boycotted because it was anti-Christian.
Right.
Beliefs.
Right. Which it really wasn't, though. But that's the thing is that, like, because the creatures in it were called demons, even though they weren't demons.
Demons.
Well, demons.
Too. They're
exactly.
not even demons.
Right. Exactly. So, there's a lot of that as well. And so I get it. It's just these knee-jerk reactions happen, and lots of times it affects us in mass, like this TikTok issue. And then we look back on it, and we're like, man, that fucked some stuff up. Like the after effects of that were not great. So yeah, I really I hate that happened to this movie, but that's the thing. It has earned its cult status. It is more famous than it's ever been. And actually, back to screen sharing and stuff, everybody in the chat will either be super bummed or cautiously optimistic about this. I have a feeling that there will be a response regardless to this. Some of you already might know about this news, but let's see if I can find it. That is one thing I need to learn, is not to have like 1,000 windows open for this show, because then I can't ever find what I am looking for. But the news here is that we are getting a remake, folks. We're getting a remake for Idle Hands. Now, Yes, that it makes you do that a little bit. Yeah, there are going to be people not super happy about this. Finn Wolfhard is attached to it. I don't know who Billy Burke is, but Jason Reitman is set to produce this, and he is Ivan Reitman's son from Ghostbusters fame. He's also the guy who did the reboot of Ghostbusters.
I was about to say, he did the most recent one, so.
He did not do the second one.
Did he not? He just
No.
did the first one?
He just did the first one, which is
Okay.
the better of the two.
Agreed.
So that is the much better of those two films. But basically, Neon has acquired the rights for this, and actually, they acquired the rights for Hell of a Summer, which was directed by Finn Wolfhard, who's in Stranger Things, and this other kid. I guess that they did that movie together. Basically, that movie did well. People liked it. They thought that he was a solid director and all this stuff. And basically, it's like, hey, I want to make another Idle Hands. And so they've gotten the rights for it. And Ivan Reitman signed on. And he did that Saturday Night movie recently, which I actually liked quite a bit.
Okay.
And then he did that Ghostbusters movie. And essentially, he's going to help them make this. So I guess with all of these things, as it typically goes, I'll just say cautiously optimistic. But also, it's probably going to be super dumbed down.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be very interesting if they did make it in a modern day setting. I don't know who they would do for Jessica Alba, because honestly, they need to do somebody besides
Sydney
Sweeney. Somebody else. Just
Somebody
find
else.
another cutie to do it.
Exactly.
But if they kept it similar to this movie.
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney needs to be the chicken of Seville, as Beach Dad said, because obviously, want to see them yams.
Obviously, you're correct.
Yeah, you're correct there. But
I mean, it could be. It's just my side is more because we're in this era of every fucking
Everything being a
movie is a remake, reboot, or sequel.
Right.
I was reading this list of like, this guy was like, these are gonna be the best 10 movies of like next year. Or the movies I was looking for. They were all fucking sequels.
Everything coming out as a sequel or remake. It's constant.
Horror is the one genre that has a lot of
just new
reboots and
stuff.
Yeah, they have new concepts.
And I'll tell you why a lot of that is. Horror is one of the few genres in film that can be made on relatively a micro budget and make a truckload of money.
Yeah.
Typically with dramas and other types of films, they're not going to make this kind of money as original content.
Yep.
But horror can come out of left field with a freaking like $10, $15 million movie and be like the best-selling movie of the year.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's okay. Thank you for cheap effects and good editing.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, I hope, honestly, I really hope that this is good. I hope it doesn't suck. Finn has worked with horror before. He was part of Stranger Things. Like he seems to be into this, but it's just my biggest thing. It's like the one tiny bit of advice would just be like, don't go soft. Like you make this movie, you go hard R, you make it gory as shit, you make it over the top, you make it a stoner movie, like you lean into the comedy still, all the stuff. Like you show the rack, like you do it all. Like you don't like you have the cute girl. It's gotta feel like what made this movie fun is feeling like it was written by some high school bros.
Yeah. Like, and I mean I could see, I don't know if Wolf is gonna be the writing on it, but like I could see if they kept it close to the script. I mean, they could change some stuff up. They're obviously going to change some stuff. They're not going to do page for page more than likely.
Right.
I just hope they keep the essence of it.
Yeah.
So that this younger generation can enjoy something like this. Because Idle Hands is not a movie people are running out to watch.
Right.
But if it's a sequel, I mean, like a remake, maybe it'll do better.
Right. And this will feel new to a lot of people. You know, there are going to be a lot of, especially the younger audience, that have never seen this, know nothing about it.
Yeah.
And it will just be like a cool new movie to them.
All I got to say is I think everybody needs to go watch Deathgasm.
Yeah, this is in that same vein as well.
It is.
That's
Deathgasm is just even more over the top and over just ridiculous and boobs and like dildos and stuff. Because it is just the most ridiculous movie. I love that movie.
Which, and another fun thing about this movie is that like it is almost like the scene from Evil Dead 2 just made into a film. Now, I don't know if you remember that, but everybody knows Ash doesn't have a hand, and it's because his hand got possessed, and he chopped it off, and it came to life and tried to kill him.
Which would be hilarious if they did do a sequel, because I do like the idea of doing a sequel where it's the cast comes back and they're aged up. I do like that idea.
Right.
And I think
that
that's
could
a
be really
way to
fun.
do it. It could, and he comes back like Ash.
Yeah, right.
Where he does have like a chainsaw or something. He has that dagger on
Right.
his hand. He's
Yeah.
like, I've got the dagger. I'm prepared.
Right.
In case it comes back because he's like freaked out.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
It would be. There were some really good bits here, like when they kill the hand and it just is kind of like, poof. And he's just like, what the hell, bro?
Yeah, he was like, what? That's the thing. There's a lot of funny like things in this moment where I chuckled. And I was like, huh.
You're like, this is clever.
I wasn't expecting it. That was a clever moment. And that's what movies lack.
Now.
A lot of movies
lack that now. Yeah. I
Between
agree.
like those clever like moments like that
Yeah.
and moments where the unexpected happened. Let's just get into spoilers. We
Yeah,
keep going around. I want to talk
We
about
can.
stuff.
Yeah, guys, we're just gonna go ahead and dig into spoilers. We won't run the bumper since our audio is wacky again, but But yeah, I do want to say, like, so one of the biggest shocks for me, and it sounded like you were headed into some of the spoilers, but you know, when his buddies die, I'd forgotten, and it just totally forgotten. And it's like, you know, a third of the way through the movie, his best friends, he murders them. It's freaking great. It's so funny.
It is. And then they come back as zombies, but not really zombies. They just come back as reanimated corpses.
Right. And the explanation,
fantastic.
The explanation for why they're back is literally just like, oh yeah, man, well, like we came, the shining light was there. And we were like, nah, hell no, that shit seems lame, bro.
Right. And I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
For stoner comedy, because they'd be like, yeah, no, they're playing weird music.
Right.
So we're not going that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's just so funny. Like, that is really clever.
Right.
And just goofy. And it just really, like, I commend them for that and just taking the risk of, like, going ahead and taking out, you know, 2 of your leads only to bring them back a little bit later. And then there's these moments where, like, even in the very beginning, it starts out and you think that it's going to be you think that how they're gonna, like, you think it's a fake event. At least I did. I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually like a joke. Like, these parents aren't gonna die.
Okay.
Like, because I knew that Devin Sewell was the main character.
Yeah.
And it's his parents, clearly.
Right.
And they're like, no, they're gonna kill the lead actor's parents in the first scene and literally just splatter them everywhere.
Right. Which to me was very like Scream. I mean, Scream doesn't kill the parents, but like the first opening scene, like the lead actress dies, and that's like the effects. So this movie, I can't remember. I think Scream came out first. I'm fairly certain Scream came out before this.
Right.
But like it felt like an homage to Scream.
Right.
And then my favorite part was just he was just so oblivious to all of it for so long. He just shows how much of like a dirtbag he is.
Right.
And I really feel like I was watching. I was like, man, these murders are all metaphors.
Right.
For what's holding him back in life. Because there's parents, you know, overarching parents that are just like take care of you too much.
Right.
Like hold back. And I feel there's a lot of kids nowadays that are like well held back because of their parents.
Right.
And so like their deaths freed him from they made him go do his own things, like go buy his own groceries and do like his own laundry and shit, which was crazy.
Right.
And then like his best friends were holding him back because they were just like, oh, just smoke weed with us and hang out. Like, let's not talk. Literally his possessed hand helped him progress in life.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Right.
Because that's like this like sub story plot that I was reading into, and I'm still pretty firm on that. Like that was where it was going.
Right.
And I was like, this is crazy that like they added that level to it. It wasn't just, oh, it's a murderous hand. It was like freeing him from, and there's not a lot of, especially horror movies, I feel like that give that kind of, I don't know, like layer to a movie.
Right. Yeah, this movie took risks. It did some really fun things, especially for a movie that on the surface and as it was written in a lot of ways was so dumb.
Yeah.
You're like, that was smart. That was clever. Like, and that's what I think makes this special. And it's why I feel like also just with the critics, it's like, I understand the people that's like, this isn't your bag. And it's probably because one, it's a stoner comedy.
Yeah.
Like, it's also just that, like, there are some people that do not like horror. Like, my Dixie does not like horror. Like, just not into that vibe. Not in, and I get it. Some people just are not horror people. They're like, I ain't, keep that evil away from me. Like, I get it. Like, that's fine.
That's some bad juju. I'm not inviting my house.
Right, exactly. And like, now there are some types of films where we're like, I ain't watching that in my house. Like the the hyper possession films and some of those things. I'm like, I'll keep that in the movie theater, not bringing it in the house. Like, I don't need that in here. But like, you know, so I get that, and there are going to be people who are just like, this isn't my thing. And so that also makes sense. But, you know, by and large, I feel like the critics should have been on board with this movie.
Yeah, definitely not to give it an 18%.
Right.
Because
That's so brutal.
that to me is just crazy, because there's so many things I could talk highly about. And honestly, the only things I would talk down about is I did think like a lot of the comedy didn't hit for me, and I was just kind of like, okay, this is kind of all over the place, and like the hand hunting chick. I was
Right.
just like, she's just kind of random and like just
She was.
I'm like, yeah, it would have been cool if she was like more prominent in the story, like maybe a little more like about her.
Right.
But it seems like all these characters were just kind of loosely there to progress Anton's like life.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. That's where like I put it in the red, and that's why I put it in the red. And I think it is one of those movies I would like to watch again without commercials, so I could be fully immersed.
Right.
And be like, let's do this again. Maybe even be a little like stoned to
Right.
watch it, because I think it would be really funny.
Oh yeah, dude, this is a movie that like, and I think my Dixie said in the chat, he's like, "Were you stoned while you were watching this?" And it's like, I mean, this is absolutely the type of movie that definitely benefits from watching just high as a kite.
Yeah.
One thing that I did want to do, and we'll talk about this movie some more. I am actually going to, I'm going to run a poll, and I don't know if it will let me do this.
Ooh, doing something new.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm always on the shows with like Beardo runs polls all the time. Normally it's about what chick is the hottest. But what I want to do is I want to run a poll about what movie we should watch next week. And I have found 3 movies, and I'm going to put all 3 movies in here, and I've got some interesting choices. Now, for everybody who is watching this after the fact, I'm sorry that you missed out on the poll. I guess you're not going to select the movie. But we've been really bad about not giving everybody enough of a runway.
Yeah. Hey, and if you do see this, like, after the fact,
right, you can
go on Criticless, go to our Criticless cast group.
Right.
You know, drop some comments about it.
Right.
And if there's enough of them, that might sway them.
Yeah, it could sway it. So yeah, we will absolutely take that into consideration. I'm going to give you guys 3 choices, and I think these are a big variety, and they're actually not everything that was kind of in our wheelhouse, or the ones that I was kind of propositioning before.
So let me ask you: Is this we are going to review all 3 of these? Is this the order?
No, not necessarily. I think they can possibly be in next week's rotation.
Okay,
but we'll just stick with the first one that's chosen and then move on from there. The reason that I chose these 3 movies is because all 3 of them are easy to access in some degree.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep things that way. The other great thing about this month, and the fact that it is horror, it is our horror month, which I love horror, Matt loves horror, Chris does not, and of course he wasn't here, and he loved this movie, which is a real bummer. We did a horror movie that he absolutely loves.
If Chris was here arguing this movie, he would be like, "This isn't a horror movie."
Yo, he wouldn't be saying
this is just a comedy, and so he would just be like, "It's funny because it's comedy." But if we went and looked at his review, he'd be like, "Not."
We'll have to look, because I'm wondering, because with the gore, like the type of gore and stuff, I wonder where he would. Y'all will hear Chris's semantic argument for horror soon enough.
The whole month. Yes. Like, this wasn't a horror.
Right.
This wasn't. It's a freaking horror, man.
Right. So I have ran the poll.
Right.
It's in there, guys. And so I've thrown that out there for y'all. And I know that we're not as many viewers this week as we were last week, but this will just go towards it. So the 3 movies that I put up there was that I'm thinking about doing is we're looking at Resident Evil, the first of the Resident Evil films.
Oh, okay.
Nightbreed, which I have never actually seen, and honestly, that's what I'm leaning towards.
I'm not gonna say. I don't want to say. I don't want to like sway people,
right?
In any direction.
I hear you.
So I'm not gonna say which one.
On Bro Science, we always try and sway everyone. So
I like the public's opinion. Like,
no, I
want
do
them to like tell us what they think.
Right. But Nightbreed was directed by Clive Barker. It seems like a really neat movie. It came out in 1990, so this will be one of the older movies that we've done as well.
Yeah.
This is kind of an effects heavy, like practical effects heavy, like costumes, but rated R. The cool thing about Nightbreed as well is that it's on Shudder, Prime Video, AMC Plus. Like it's all over the place.
Yeah.
This is the most streamable one. And then the other one that I did was Ghost Ship, which is now on it's on like Tubi or somewhere. Or no, not Ghost Ship. Not Ghost Ship. House on a Haunted Hill. House on Haunted Hill, which is on Tubi.
Which one? Somebody's
the 1999. Sorry, 1999 House on Haunted Hill.
There you go.
Sorry. So yeah, the one from the 90s, because all 3 of these were critic hated. So Yeah. And Jake said he's literally wearing a Nightbreed shirt right now. That's awesome.
Dang, dude. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's really cool. And yeah,
We
JB,
know what he's voting for.
It's the one from the 90s. I know why JB asked because I'm pretty sure he's not a fan of that movie. So yeah, the modern House on Haunted Hill. I remember loving that one back in the day, but I have not seen it since I was a kid.
I'm pretty sure my wife loves that one and
Yeah.
watched it relatively recently. But I
Okay.
mean, I'm down to watch any of these, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're horror. And what I was gonna say was,
JB, that's because critics are dumb.
yeah, critics are
Dumb.
Yeah, critics are definitely dumb. All three of these they hated pretty immensely. The 99 House on Haunted Hill was directed by Jeffrey Rush. Or no, I mean, not it stars Jeffrey Rush, but it was directed by William Malone. But it stars like Taye Diggs and Ali Larter and Famke Janssen.
Okay.
Like a lot of Peter
Yep.
Gallagher, like a lot of recognizable faces were in that movie. And I actually could share it, but yeah, I remember thinking it was super cool in high school.
Okay. I know what movie I want to watch next week. People, don't let me down. And I'm not telling you, so you got to read my brainwaves.
I bet I know which one he wants to do. But yeah, so the 99 House on Haunted Hill, and I just so you guys know, if you don't know in the chat and have never done this little plus mark right here. If you hit that, you can post it to a group, add it to a list, or share it. If you add it to a list, I already have my critic hated list here. And I did want to see what was the score on House on Haunted Hill. So House on Haunted Hill has a 31% on Rotten Tomatoes, if you wanted to know. So that is where House on Haunted Hill is, and I will save that to the list. And so this list is definitely, we're starting to knock ones off the list. If you'll notice, if you ever look at my this list of mine, and it might actually let me post it on our YouTube video. I've got like 5,000 windows open here. It's kind of out of control.
Burn up your computer.
Yeah. But this is the link to my list. And so that's where I'm keeping track of all the movies that we do on this show.
Yeah.
And so this specific list, though, we've been knocking some off. All the earlier ones are ones that we've done or I've done on other shows. But yeah, so Nightbreed was a 56%, so it wasn't totally bombed, but that's still a splat on Rotten Tomatoes territory. So it means that at least half of the people didn't like it. So yeah, I've added Resident Evil, House on Haunted Hill. They're all on here. Resident Evil was a 36%.
Wow.
So yeah, it's also low. So all three of these were bombed by critics. And so yeah, not super. It just sucks, all of these are ones that I'm very curious about. Faith Thomas, I see in there. Nightmare on Elm Street. We have a lot of options for this week. We have 5 weeks to do horror movies, which is awesome. Like the fact that we have 5 Thursdays, and so I'm all for this. Chris was like, if anybody else wants to come on the show, since I don't do a lot of horror,
He's trying to pawn it off on anybody.
Right. No, we're like, no, bro. You are absolutely gonna watch.
That's why he's not here today. He was
right.
Like, yeah, I love that movie, but
I love it, but I'm not gonna do it. So right now we have a tie between House on Haunted Hill and Resident Evil. So yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys got some more time to vote.
Yeah.
So
you have some more time to vote.
And like I said, we're not deciding right away, so we'll weigh in with anybody who wants to throw their weight around in on Criticless 2 about it.
Right. And I know, my Dixie, I'm sorry, buddy. I know you're not into this stuff, but we appreciate you showing up even though you're not the horror guy. We already made you watch one of these and you were like, oh, the devil is in this movie.
Well, at least you can just come listen to us talk about it. You don't have to watch the movie. You can just come, we shoot the shit, and you know how it is.
Yeah, and talk some horror movies. So
yeah,
and I mean that's the thing. I've shown even in Criticless, if you see, we have a whole horror section of backgrounds and banners. Make sure if you're on Criticless and you pay for it to go ahead and change your backgrounds and banners. If you don't know how to do that, definitely do it on the platform. You just come in here and you can edit your profile and set up your backgrounds. If you see, I already gave myself a
You're
cool,
not sharing.
I'm not sharing. Oh, well, geez. Well, that was good because I gave away some secrets there for a moment. But yeah, you can go in there and change your backgrounds right there where it says change background, and same for your banners. But actually, this is custom art that we had made from a indie artist, and we have multiple others that are under our horror genre. So get everything festive in your groups as well. You can change the backgrounds in the groups and on your personal profiles.
Yeah,
and you'll have access to a whole lot more of these if you have a paid account of any type. We actually made it to where our ad-free version also has all the backgrounds and banners. So All of that is in there as well. And yes, Death to Smoochie is actually in the running for something we will do. And I, depending on where Death to Smoochie is streaming, I would honestly, I would like to do that next month. It's not quite a horror movie.
Okay, I don't think I've seen that.
You've never seen Death to Smoochie? I am
so.
really. It is the most. Death to Smoochie is the most obscure Robin Williams movie ever. Like, and it's Robin Williams and Edward Norton, and it's basically a movie about like what if someone murdered Barney. Like that is what Death to Smoochie is.
Okay.
It is an absolutely absurd film. The critics did not like it. I loved it in high school. It's Robin Williams and Ed Norton.
Oh, it's directed by Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Directed by Danny DeVito, and it is literally about Edward Norton and him and yeah, this movie is absolutely wild. I loved it back in the day. Even Jon Stewart is acting in it, which is interesting. And we've got a 92 and a 90 so far. So 2 reviews for this. I loved it back in the day. It is a wild movie. So yeah, and I think most people have not seen it. So.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was streaming anywhere necessarily.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. That's the only reason why it hasn't come up thus far. So, and yeah, Thundarius, Beardo has not seen Big Trouble in Little China, and that is a terrible thing. Matt, have you seen Big Trouble in Little China? Tell Matt.
I have not.
Oh my.
I haven't seen, I hate the title.
What?
The title drove me away from the movie.
What?
Literally. That and the sequels. Like, was it Escape LA? Or I don't think that's a sequel, but it's the same boat.
Well, it's the same director.
Same director, but it's the same boat for me. I'm just like, I don't like these titles.
So I just watched Escape
I don't know why,
New York
but
literally 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know you guys were reviewing it.
Yeah.
And I was thought about it then. There was one time I almost watched it, and then I was like,
dude, Big
I
Trouble in Little China is literally one of my favorite films of all time.
Really?
Like, I think you will love it. It is legit like one of my favorite movies. I have a Big Trouble in Little China shirt. I was debating on going, possibly dressing up for Halloween related to it. I'll just say that. We'll see. But, I don't know. I feel like I need to get to the gym before I do that and bulk up a little bit, look a little bit more studly. But yeah, it's an amazing movie. There's just so many classics out, and I think that that's a great thing about this show and doing stuff like this is that we can talk about all of this with you guys and these fun movies. So, yeah, but Matt's not my 4th favorite.
But the funny thing is I actually love John Carpenter movies, and I don't know. I like action movies, so I don't know why I've avoided that.
It is. You've seen The Thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say The Thing is one of the best.
The Thing is one of the best movies out there. Like John Carpenter is fantastic.
Oh, he's
when he hits, he's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's like They Live. Like it's just the dude is he's on point. So. Yeah, I'm curious. Let me double check the chat again and see where we are. It looks like I think the poll, my screen is not working great, probably because I have it shrunk down. Oh, y'all are still tied, damn it. Why do y'all keep doing this to me?
Y'all need to vote more. Come out and vote.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to end the poll and it's going to be a tie. I want to know what will happen when I do that. All right, y'all have like 60 seconds. If anybody hasn't voted, go in there and vote. And I won't cheat and go in there and vote myself.
I won't also cheat and vote.
Yeah, we won't do that.
And our spouses aren't on or watching right now, so they're also not voting.
They're both not. Your wife would choose House on Haunted Hill. My wife would probably choose Resident Evil.
But she actually might pick Nightbreed. Now
Really?
that's horror season. I think that's werewolf related.
It's not actually.
Oh, is it not?
It's like a full blown creature feature, like a bunch of different creatures.
I mean, creature features are always fun.
Right.
So.
It's a bunch of like monsters and weird.
Yeah.
I think it involves a serial killer. I really want to see Nightbreed. I've never seen it. I've heard great things.
We could stop asking the people what they want. We can do what we want.
Right. It's just basically by the end of the month, if we haven't done Nightbreed, we're doing Nightbreed. So there's that.
There's that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, technically, isn't Halloween isn't our last show of the month right around like Halloween? I think it's the day before Halloween.
Right. I think so. So yeah.
So Thursday the 30th.
Look, here's the deal.
So.
I'm ending the poll. So yeah, we had a tie between House on Haunted Hill and Resident Evil. We will pivot it back over to the Criticless cast group on the app.
Yeah.
And we will poll it there, and whichever of the two wins is what we will do.
So and I just go ahead and say y'all can double vote.
Right, yeah, whatever. No judgment here. Hey,
because some people are saying they don't actually want to change their vote. I mean, you can vote differently second time. This isn't
Right. Or I could do like Maester said, and we could spin the wheel between, but it'd just be between two things. I guess it would just be a 50-50 chance. I don't know exactly how the wheel app would work, but yeah. Tie goes to Nightbreed. Exactly, Jake. So yeah, that's how it works.
Which isn't even in the top 2.
Right. You were indecisive. Sucks for you winners. Yeah. So we'll definitely do that. Yeah. An audible Star Wars is scary, right? Yeah. Okay. Right. Yes. It's decided. We're doing The Last Jedi. Woo! Yeah. Oh God, nightmare fuel. But yes, so that is how it's gonna go, and it's we'll see. We'll talk to everybody else, and we'll figure out what we're doing next week. But man, I love Idle Hands. I'm really glad we did it. It's super fun. I hate that Chris missed it because it was a horror movie he loves, and it makes sense too because we've actually which you didn't like it, but I think this is in the same vein. Actually, you can add it to your list of the Monkey in the Box.
Yeah. Which I just rewatched that recently.
Did you like it more?
It's still rad. I can't remember what I reviewed it
Okay.
as. It was either a decent or a
What
rad
was
for
that?
me.
The Monkey?
The Monkey.
The Monkey?
Yeah.
What did Xena think of it?
She liked it a lot more than I
Okay,
did.
so she was there with me.
She
and
was
Chris.
definitely like a high rad and most excellent with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I really liked that. And I'd be curious in the chat if all you guys have seen The Monkey yet, what you thought. We reviewed it on this channel quite some time ago when it came out in theaters. But
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious and just a fun horror movie. But yeah, so that's what it's looking like, is that we will just run the poll again in the Criticless Cast group tomorrow or tonight and see what everybody says. But yeah, I think that's going to be it as far as our review for Idle Hands goes. This movie was awesome, super fun, and I think what we're going to do now is do our send off songs, guys, and send y'all off with a song. We do this every single week where we where we let you guys know what you should be watching.
Yeah.
So
Just, if you want to dig what we're digging at the time, so I'll start off this party, and the song is called "No Lies Detected" by Oxymorons.
Okay.
And this is technically I found this on my new metal playlist, but it wasn't really new metal. This honestly felt very appropriate for this movie. It was kind of like stoner hip hop with a little rock element in there, which I guess is why it's new metal. But it just felt, because there was, funny enough, they were chatting earlier about people that they don't stop in movies and coming back to them. I did that today. I watched an hour of it and then I had to stop because I had to go do something. And I was listening to this, and I was like, man, this is very appropriate. And then I came back and listened to it again.
Right.
Or kept watching the movie, and I was like, wow. It was just I stopped at the perfect time in the movie, listened to the song, and then came back to the movie.
That's cool.
And I was like, this is cool.
You're like,
it's
fits with it.
appropriate.
And what was the name of the song again?
It's No Lies Detected.
Okay, No
And
Lies
literally, I just found it today, and I listened to it 5 times in a row, and I was like, yeah.
Right. Awesome. Nice. Well, I'm going with an oldie and a goodie, and sticking with a period, well, not quite period specific, but at least us in high school specific. I've been back listening to some Modest Mouse, man.
Oh,
I freaking love Modest Mouse. They were one of my high school favorite bands. They're great. And I'll just say Float On. It's an easy one. It's one that's just kind of been on repeat lately. It's a good vibe for when everybody on YouTube is wishing death upon you.
Just needs to float on, man.
Just float on. Float On by Modest Mouse. If you haven't listened to Modest Mouse lately, or if you've never listened to Modest Mouse, definitely do that. They're fantastic. And we'll add all these to our Send Off Songs playlist. And of course, Caveat Ties, with his 1-month membership, gave us a mouthful, and Matt, per usual, is going to be reading this. Matt, you're welcome.
I definitely don't know how to read German. Just so everybody knows. That's actually more maybe, I don't know, Hebrew maybe?
I think you were hawking a loogie there.
That's basically how you speak German, from my understanding.
That's how they do it.
Ruft uns die Stein by Bach.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Bach, all Bachs and Mozart were all in German. I thought they were in English.
I did too.
I thought, for whatever reason, is the ignorance of the American society.
Yeah.
But I thought all their titles were English, and here we are. I mean, I get they weren't English, but still.
Right.
But still.
Right. I thought so too. I'm guessing that they always just changed it to English, when it would come out, and if you had it on cassette tape or CD or whatever, it would just be written in English instead of in German. But yeah, so go check out our Send Off Song playlist. We give a bunch of good recommendations every week. I mean, that playlist is absolute chaos because we all give a drastically different amount of songs, and we add y'all's. When you super chat or do these like member posts or whatever, we do end up putting those also on the list. So Caveat Ties song will be on the list, and this is featured on our page as far as one of our playlists. So it'll be in there. And guys, this has been real. We much thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for showing up, guys. It's been a lot of fun. We will be back next week with either Resident Evil or we will be doing House on Haunted Hill from 99. I'm excited to talk about either of those because I have not seen them in ages. But everybody, take it easy. Take care. Be real. Later.
Later, guys.